grant of bail on Wednesday. Adichena no home fan. Among us all reporting no home fan no papa. Adichena arrangement ma. No hospital. Just what I was here up to this point in time for the review bail condition.
Okay. Ain't what me meet new condition no.
Okay, since I'm saying an prayer and a quarter no, I make it the others.
Okay.
The Busha arrangement. For you offer to assist to help you meet those conditions.
There were rumors or that hospital crown a handcuff egunensa no cre.
Oh, and the Makasanya no pressure. I've been there on several occasions. He's very comfortable responding to treatment. Now, Yoko officers used to come there because he's still under the custody of Yoko.
Yes.
And like I said, there was no handcuff. There was no need for that. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
Very well. And the last time I knew didn't come on, what he was being investigated for with our new arrest way and they are there. Officially, or much charging with offense being.
Bobby, this thing should be very clear out there. As we speak, Honorable Kofi Juma has not been charged by Yoko. According to them, he's still being investigated for causing financial loss to the state.
Oh, okay.
That's what we know. And they are mentioning their own figures. I mean, in court, they are looking at figures in millions of Ghana cedis. How that came up, we are yet to find out.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Let me add that, I mean, throughout the investigation, before he went to the hospital, all the period he spent with it, they never mentioned figures like that until we went to court to review the bill terms. And then for the first time, we heard them talking about millions. And it's an interesting...
in court, omubo figure being?
Omubo, over $100 million.
Hey.
And the question of what we is the whole Bonsu glass factory. If you value it, how much is involved? This is a very defunct a company that everybody knows that a Bonsu glass factory is dead. So they have to value all the equipment, which had been declared scrap. Finally, he went to the field to gather them, decided to gather them when Mr. Kofi Juma was no longer there at post. And according to them, they are investigating him for that because he wrote a letter that the scrap dealer can have access to those things, the scraps. So because of that, they think that he is involved in the process. So we are looking at the outcome of this investigation. Interesting times ahead. Let's see what happens.
Very well. Lawyer, may I ask you, be any about being commobile? Why? Yeah, that's it. Nana Benyana Kon, a lawyer, Edema, the Honorable Maxwell Kofi Juma, former CEO Ewa Gehok, and a former Kumasi mayor, and a Motesi and AD and Como. Let me hear what you think. 0548443523, your WhatsApp number, and Osha, a YouTube live stream. No, we had to end the stream and Yasaya started for Freunty. Please join us on YouTube. Now, also share a live stream and post your comments there. Na yen share into me and Kaima. We say Obi. Good afternoon. A special birthday to His Eminence Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. He's been a blessing to many generations. May the good Lord satisfy him with long life, divine immunity, and eternal prosperity. Enjoy your new age, Papa. Ike Somoye Boa, Pokwase Mayra, and on the way I pray. We say, Obi, please find out about the new legal education law. Are those in final year LLB now going to write entrance exams or not? Daniel in Achimota. Daniel Yadase would find out for you. We say, Obi, my concern is about your Okay. Happy birthday to my daughter, Ceci Aria Kokui Tamaklo. Lot of love from Daddy Dennis in Connecticut. Daddy Dennis, Yedase. We say, Obi, good day. I am listening to you live from Tuxedo Park. That's Tuxedo Park Way in Newark, New Jersey. Elvis Kwesi Opon Odie Enono. Hi, Obi. I am Kwabena Freedom, also called Billy, from Anyako. I salute you and your crew. Obi, let the NPP supporters know that we, the NDC, have come to rule for 16 years before we hand over to either the base party or them. In the Kwabena Freedom, Odie Enono Yedase. Thank you so much. We say, Obi, I am Nana Yeboa Jemfi Abakoma Hene in Hamburg. Thank you. Enti unsuutien Yedase. Obi, wish my lovely brother, Mr. John Darkon Akowia, a mining engineer, a blessed birthday for me. My name is Dominic Akowia, Rockland in New York State. And Odiwe Ifi. Ma yenshena yintumi and twaso. Moa mutie yen inyinara all over the world. Ma yenkwa homanusone yene, the General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Frimpong Kodia Esquire, Eni Enkomo, Yatese Aguna West, constituency organizer for the NPP, they are police for Apekena Asempa, Councillor Kwaba Nete saying,
Obi, medase na mehoye na oswe.
Nyame adom mehoye papa. Na mu police headquarters ana
Say free national security you call National Signal Bureau.
Oh, e hono mo de esando e kwa na
enokwa ni intimi confirm ye atisem say obetimi awo.
Na esando say obesi Aguna West ana won kran ha.
O Aguna West. So do hona enura nipa bi kofa no.
Na omusi de ade nti waye den.
Obi me no kase officially no. Yenye hu ade kontia. Nipa akofa no. Me kan nipa say mintimi nkase police o, say NIBO, say National Security o, say Signal Bureau, because as it stands now no. Yenim baby o. From enumera be 7 V8 bako any pickups too. M90 edu omukwe tua omukwe fan radio no. Yenim baby a ye constituency organizer or Aguna West ewo. Na ne nyina ni free say enra ebra say na nipa no kofa no. Fourth article. And into Washington. It is the first thing about it to say, okay, then as you call Ghana Police Service or we say if not for anything on any last message and you will say a buying security for Asenia Command. And a part you call Ghana Police Service headquarters. You call CID or you call cyber unit or almost say only knowledge of maybe a branch and war. If you are call National Investigation Bureau, you also call here almost so many knowledge or baby a branch and war. Gasaba National Security also so almost so many knowledge or baby a branch and war. And they say you call National Signal Bureau no. Now Obi sa some say a banner ye car ebia ne ye beka Ghana echa na senfo fraba na so akwakoda na adie foforo na senfo fraba na aba na asa babiem abaya iwa mahama eteso sebi uyo mampini firma enyeyi ebeso no ana Ghana for to aba edema no Ghana ni babia ne nkwa na hodin ne bambo ejino mampini mahama so, but under his watch as President of the Republic of Ghana, atrocities sebi normal cost or memoir and call for a year Juma say we are under military and dictatorship rule no. Sabi I mean a time na emfato or no as o man penny and then I buy any Ghana baby our man ya babitu. In this era, Sabi obidi should be back. Oko funny free. Ghana ye man 1992 Constitution Article 14 to Eka and say the empo nipa wochina na nim nipa de waye etreno na afi so manina access to the lawyer of his choice and no man peni mahama Ghana constitutional rule of law ewo emha sano man enye adwuma biem enye baako enye mienu enye mies sano ma we ekoso wo memu ha ene obi a sabi o kaseti abande no a enu so o opposition party bia no o ha anya ba befa obi sano ma ya ekoso yi obi ya ma ewiase ne mo central fu nyati se o man peni mahama ese aye baako aye mienu aye miensa under your watch sabi enkofo ra asho mo sema security operatives omo ye do mo pe o krum ha. And we know say you are aware, aware because you are the chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Ghana Bambo Bibian Ulu. Now if this is how or man petty open we go memoir, Ghana Yati. Say and now Obin so what I do to say yeah encouraging the bonnet for I said the national Muslim and trying to private my there for memoir. Ghana police beka so woni mhohwe national security beka so woni mhohwe signal bureau beka so woni mhohwe NIB beka so woni mhohwe and the pabone for betma for sana power so am everything yes na ya branch and you go baby owo na you go said so what did so ndidi na bushia for ne ma ne nyamo obi a twa no. This thing has to stop. This impunity action by this government has to stop. The any coolness to remember how. Said the man again function man to the mama say on the NDC phone or monya do mo pe. E ya ban your koto ye no mudi nkuni. It's normal course no. Then na mo pe. Said the man mo to me mbu anya your fault. And your fault say obefa akonya kotu kwaso say what say for because you want to keep the opposition silent. It will not wash. Obi, it will not wash. And now I do na mama MPP for Rebecca not too. And I've indicated yesterday, me say, next week local MPP party no, you better to go quite minor. And no better now too. And this are by mama, you are Muhammad and this are by or better now too. Because we cannot sit down and allow this impunity to go on in this era. And the let's tell me to a nante a two to no quarter Ghana ni. Okunipa okuya here and now say you see what cast India since when Ghana freedom of speech will be useful memoir na kept unconfort ma Ghana has said the from peninsula by some this support time or position will be the metro winner the metro winner good now to say you're a kufad and never boy some man pa now me enchano so we are tolerant. And then someone needs to put up on Winano or cast a Kadimamita duty and actually was Jamanaka. Now, what they said, we cast on from one, we can't tolerate. Now, the Papa cast on there now, from La Quaso. Said Bobiambo, Master Nana. Adiamo, and Nana said Bobiambo, Momo Treasure, and Nana. So, can you detail some 24 hours? If I call with access to the lawyer, will be in the bill. Why? In this Ghana. Now, Obi yet to send possible to Obi and Kawasem, he seems say normal, a period, a dear as nature. This kind of country or man you Obi, enough is enough.
Very well. Now,
NDC, enough is enough.
General Secretary of the NPP, Mone Esando, Ebusuya Fre wo Swedru Edin Komo, Omo se Omo Ebora Swedru Betse no. No, almost a ding to no more. Now, man, cash answer.
That's all man cash answer. In fact, and conform to the key attempts to move video. Omo crocky, omo Gano, So what be you blame you too? It stands now. Come on, my fan could be any.
Inti, where from the narrative say or ye post to be on 24th April, I say, see what I just saw in town around Chapel Square. Doomsaw is back, and or hashtag Doomsaw is back, and or the picture of billboard be a President Muhammad. So I actually say Doomsaw is back. There is this narrative say sad way you post inti and no more say no.
Obi, see that should be the first assumption. Say it because of we. And then also so, and I'm say there's even a further evidence. A gentleman from Ghana Police Service invited him to Omra. And here, Ghana Police Service for not Thomas our friend. Obi Swati.
Yes.
But it stands now. You need to be or Ghana Police Service or more inviting based on that publication of false article. No, or more country or no one friend or moving baby or. As it stands now, security agencies or Ghana and Yasi or moving baby are Branton or what.
Not just a way no any arrest a kidnap no.
Of course, it's a kidnapping at AC. Because security agencies near in the bill what and I say a Branton, the Paboni will be a kidnapping. That is what it means.
Wow. It is
a man when not Ghana for police. Yet your man will be to me China, to me Kasa. If it's about before. Here this in many years I couldn't give. So I buy me yes I couldn't give. Black man telling my bow with chair before. You bet you will be a woman. And a business you or my penny mama, I'm a muso. At least watching it up now. Let him have access. Let him have access to the lawyer. 72,000 men no. I've been some men no. Then let's remember. Obi, is enough? Is enough. Omapini Mahama, enough is enough.
Enti sisi ase mudru signals bureau na ehon so oni hɔ a mo be den what would you do?
Obi ebedu so we know also we know our next line of action. And then you say the pakon no ayira. And then you say the pakon no ayira. And then you dey phone do tai Ghana fa na bebre say ye dis ayira ye hwehwe no.
In these times, no more party followers in all over the country will look to you as General Secretary for inspiration. Then I will catch a party for I be a genuinely sad way abo kakra. What would you tell them?
Obi, me a more party for. In fact, rather no, it is rather energized our base. Then almost started so much TMP before. Then almost started. Yes, so almost me can be a Casabua and Shanium. Almost TMP for no more years. And people force to be so a Casa. And no matter she in our swift law. But I'm using this to say, my party, baby, Bohu. Sabi, Nakopo, and the cry. The party that said, or Yakwa. At the end of the day, Sabi, Emre, Yenikaso. Emre, or Yenikaso. So if NDC feels say, almost yes, I do the Bubu Yape. Almost feels almost yes, I do it, and the attack Casabua, I say, Yambia, and no more. Because we are not done with them. Say, no more cost or memoir, and now you better watch them. And now they better pay a no tune. Usa is back, and Padusa is back. Not in 40 for more promise or some more Juma, you better watch them. So call for a much short 10 year man, because some more 6,000, muting 6,000, you better watch them. And the one is a raining now. And then I can't be a free so now young Kasa. I can tell you, say, and you will be a delay back. You better watch them.
Very well. Enti, sir, Mudru Signals Bureau, why the Ebesibiano, Yabesan Wedding Comobio. Why?
You hope me, Madam.
Yabesan Wedding Comobio, that's Papa. That's the General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Frimpong Kodia into the narrative on social media. So we follow national organizer of the party, Henry Nanabuache, and other party communicators on social media. The narrative has been, sir, David Esando ASR post we more emotion stream on YouTube. Ubehu into this billboard. Dumso is back. Billboard way and Otroka see what I just saw in town around Chapel Square. Dumso is back. Inti narrative and it's a sadi we ye yenti and nipa bia yenim baby wofi akọ peke. General Secretary say oman security agencies ni nyina say omu nim baby abrante na ewo, and they asking what's happening and no any enkomo a ewo ho ewie. Me yenti wadwenche 0548443523 0548443523. Check with your time 5 minutes after 3. Unimun so say over the past 1 month 2 months adia ba konso a dominating media conversation, especially businessmen and women a war yeman yemo omo a eye importation bebreba oman yemo omo nyoma efa ye import a ewo Ghana ha. Ade ba kwa abeji din pa ye publican AI gutafo ekemu wo ho, importers exporters for kemu e wo ho, say ekuekuo bebre na ekemu wo ho, engagement bebre na ekoso ba bebre na ana woni ma de krokra wonte asie yi ene GR mpanyifo abekansa e wo studio ha yene won e ba bedi enkomo na omo enche yemu what this whole publican AI thing is about. In the Mensaka officers mienu from the Customs, Excise and Preventive Service SEPS omo no ye under GRA. Mamema won akwa bana fe yemfa nkomo no enhye so obanyi paso pagya microphone ni mama. Yes. Aha. Bibia ye boko. Ye danyamiase. Udini ye
it's me a senior revenue officer.
Oh, okay.
Edward Ejapong.
Yes,
of the Customs Technical Service Bureau.
I don't know where
more headquarters.
GRA headquarters.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
CTS.
Oh, okay. That's nice. And I also
I'm Desmond Selop Akpaku from the Customs Technical Service.
Oh, the same place.
Yes,
at the head office.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, this whole publican AI idea we, you know. A crime and a boa mojuma as GRA.
Okay, inti yeka publican AI senya edino etreno eye AI tool abuni friend say artificial intelligence tool abeka ye dwuma ye ye ho ne ma ne ba ye ne ane se yenim se yen ya femu ha se etoda ye nkrata ne ye document I say ye veti to make sure say the right values are being declared to us, the right HS code, any other information efa enyama ye deba omayemu eno ehono I thought that nhwehwemu no bebre na che say bebre na ho touch makakra nti emaye ejuma no den nti afi na say ye other search, you know, more research about the products, the importer, the exporter, and the goods itself, no, make sure say bibia edane kwan so ansana yaji sanyama na atum say embra omani mu nti mpemfo hwehwemu ane hu say sesi abibia ewiase ne kono artificial intelligence no eye ade aba ema life aye easier amaye jumaye aye mre amaye se mekanisa nti ye decide to way by say beboaye ama say o send a declaration about customs the time I be take say nka ye be yes anhwehwe mu nia ahwe say o document out there bad be free exporter o to nyama ne woni ho vessel cry dey ba say sanyama nia e bia na internationally na globally no e bia say importer no na say exporter no e bia na your sanction bi and I say bia globally cry you putting on radar for one reason or the other vessel cry carry sa enyama no vessel no cry no ownership ye den free hefa wo history bi of a particular line of illegality and bibia ni nia yes an hwehwe mu nia na the report no ama officers no na aboaye nti in terms of sa research ni ade na ke say ye no AI ne beboa ama atisa emre ni nia so ama nti sa na AI no ye djuma ye djuma ye no so apart from etwa ye jima aban no yesan paramilitary institution the public safety any other non-revenue functions so can you my no nti enyama odi ba no etoda ebia anitimi ye nhwehwemu eche say ade we a odi ba ebia bibia odi free ba no ebia ohono kra no there's this outbreak of disease ya ebia si wo ho nti ebe flag sa particular item natural say no pay more attention to sa ade sa nti no sa no say say you prompting your other officers so say ejuma ye no so no chain start we ho but even at the point that you release reports ni kra no enwie ye sign will post clearance audit nti ejuma no etu aso sa nti say hu bibi sa na say prompting ya na yeso ya alert omo wo ye nim no say bia ade we ba hwehwemu ye say ni say na yenya nti other agencies so ye involved no we invite them and make sure so almost why ye hwehwemu nia and make sure say ade we hu eti ansa na yajiaba o man mu enyama bisusu wo ho apart from say bia enye safe no there are other uses of other items say bia me find say fertilizer bit say ammonium nitrate say you say fertilizer na so sa de corona so no yetimi de ye nia bonife ni say explosive na say bomb nti bibi say no say wo de ba na bia frafra nyama bibi ni yehu sa de ni wo ma anitimi detect say ebia pay attention to sa de we hwan na de ba nipa na de ba na ejuma be na oye e de na de ba be ye sa de be kan nipa we nsa are we safe as a country nti sa nyama ni nia aka ho na ye ba no rev in terms of the revenue no so of course them say no na again prominence pa and for obvious reasons no so no ye juma ye na ye no the basis for computing taxes no on the transaction value that is the price actually paid or payable no say ye beji atumu no te say na meka no krata ne unyama o de bebre ye no say o commercial invoice no and e be kire say no kra sa ade we metono sa bo wi nti ekoba ne say ye hwehwe mu na say bia ho atochima e bia obehwe font size e wo ha say no any amount no different be amount in words amount in figures different yet hu sa anyama ne bebre nti sa anyama nya ye na ye hu se de bi nya wo kan no e be din say ye beji atomo a AI no so timi suggest some ranges now based on that no you make a decision and then the HS also suggest now officer need take final decision that based on that no assess a tax no for duty purposes.
I think some of the pushback on this was to the effects clearly and said they would say amount for under declare values which is a known fact. In many was a munya cure to that problem. But it seems as a cure no and take into consideration your unique situation as a country. And from experience I mean Uza Ghana for any be now so auto car say be na to salvaged cars. Salvaged cars born as when him say na e wo form. In the wo form no say ebia me tono my bank transfer. Bank na transfer direct to nipa me to car na free no. Mo evidence to show say me bank transfer sika me tua ye ne. Ba me de no ba as AI we dem fast me amount na nya adwuma me boa. And also on the year no.
Okay, so before I even go to what the narrative about the vehicle, the AI currently is not being applied to vehicles.
As we speak.
HS. Inti ultimately say fa hu bibia inti ye say no. Say mo declarant no mo kire nya mo de ba. E declare the right HS. Inti ye say ye be sign sa enjuma no. na ma ye correction no e de aba ye hu say me say na ye stakeholders no na omunya challenges kakra nti ye say okay sa dia yi and review nti say ye ba na say sa mistakes ni wo ho a ye fa ni ye sa corrections no aha am nti that was one of the causes of the delay as you see and no every kwan ni mu secondly so the appeal process no initially no me say na information be around say appeal no crisis here yenye no CTS bibium and I say appeal be call Ministry of Finance and also create some misunderstanding in na ma obi wo say me ni be am appeal na so sanya mani ni asese ya no ya cheche mu appeal process no te say na tie na CTS be ICOM system na ye UC yen system dey the same appeal process the other committee empenyfo institute here the publican committee no eno eba ye say ebia say empo say why appeal na say CTS be determine amount on that appeal na say ebia nya wo kan na bia wo say 24 ebia the assessment here ebia 8 oba hwehwem ne say no ye find ye nya na bia 6 still I was unjin too. Yes. Ultimately the course committee no into no ba as another layer. Importers need declare anti-crack and take advantage of. It's yes satisfied now you can still send it there and then even beyond you still have the right to take it up from there. Into I think those were some of the issues are now initially now but yeah so sa nyama ni ano into me gidi says no nyama and ne kwan so and finally so make us say GRE ebie ye puno atu ho Commissioner General as you see America say a lot of engagement with stakeholders near most of the business communities even the kra share be wajia to say okay ebi musi omo real and genuine challenges into a forming committee with all various business groups no omo executives and omo representatives say mombra na entna say issues be a wo bi na monje na monfambra na yenhwehwemu na where there are genuine concerns I share no when emfa kwan mu no na yedi ni ato ye of course a new system it's still learning ye training is still inti ye bia ye puno ato say concerns be a wo no mombra na yentna se na ye hwe na ye address
that's fair ye da mo ase papa I'm ready I hope say the conversation will continue in the message no mo di nkomo bio I wish you very very well.
Thank you.
Yenti bibia senso a ye bebo apim. Ye da mo ase papa. Officers me no from GRN ye ne won edi enkomo on the publican AI system. Moma yentie we emra ye ba the akanyina ye the air trauma so kai se ne acting rent commissioner enso bedi nkomo ene. Stay with us here basisia.
Achedie kesie o Electroland Ghana Limited die ye mamo achedie kesie for our loyal customers o because your loyalty deserves more ye mamo achedie kesie pa big rewards for you and me from Accra to Tamale all over Ghana. Electroland die #1 just buy your favorite Samsung, TCL, Media and Nasco Electronics from any Electroland showroom or authorized reseller store nationwide. Dial *928*8888# or go to register.electrolandraffles.com and enter our weekly and monthly draws and stand a chance to win big. From TVs, ACs, fridges, gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers. Electroland Ghana Limited. Rewarding your loyalty the big way. Terms and conditions apply.
Na last year you're massive. I feel DJI. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. 30th May. Havana Bay Day. Tama Bay Day. Wine and edge. I feel UEFA Champions League. No. Get ready. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. Yes, a match no Giants Chris no. Na ye boss watola. Eti market date no calendar ne so. 30th May. Ye show T Havana. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. Powered by Adum FM. And Adum TV. Mekueso yasene. Nasco. Bring home happiness. Soccer bet. Your best bet for sports betting. The digital if you didn't Kiss condom. Start with Kiss condoms and go smooth with Kiss strawberry gel. The Havana Park and Restaurant. Great tradition, great entertainment. The STV. Feel every moment.
Africa Queen Tea.
Deep purple. Deep purple. It is a water mackerel I would Giania. No what of Africa Queen mackerel. The witch shall we no keke. Long
Na last year massive. I feel DJ. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. 30th May. Havana Bay Day. Tama Bay Day. Wine and Edge. I feel UEFA Champions League. Get ready. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. Yes, a match no giant screenshot. Na ye boss what ola. Eti mark date no calendar so. 30th May. Yes, shout Havana. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. Powered by Adum FM. Only Adum TV. Nasco, bring home happiness. Soccer bet, your best bet for sports betting. The digital if you didn't. Kiss condom, start with Kiss condoms and go smooth with Kiss strawberry gel. The Havana Park and Restaurant, great tradition, great entertainment. The STV, feel every moment.
OneXBet. Now good deal is so. Make a game on promo on your website onexbet.com.gh and our app so. You find the iPhone 16 this is copy 5,500 Ghana cedis. More promo code game on GH. OneXBet. Agrono help koso. Yene one diagrono. Gambling when you're true. Inti chanu wa she yemu. Enye ma wana won dim fie dun wache. Gaming Commission of Ghana. Agent krato ya tu.
Sasso, esse come tonton preco. Sasso, esse come tonton preco. Egana coming every session. Yeah, I can see all the malaria. Minyami phone and miss a so spray. Every mosquito started run away. Tonton preco. Sasso, esse come tonton preco. Tonton preco. Sasso, come tonton preco. Na ni sham ne die edem stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, Medin the Wagadri. Na me was anti-sa manfwa what you say.
Ma hi, your friend me Pamela. Mr. Mami mobile app details na yen fan twa to me bio.
Ana me Crawford was to say me free fee.
Hello, customer experience. You're blocking my account, Mr. Mami pin number na me unblocking.
Ebenum dia hope pray to me feed you.
Mr. Click a link what text message I send one no say Ciara. Na ya upgrade won ko yen ATM services for fraud no so.
Na wona me ne ji won ho pa ne wona wo click kan ne ansa na wo dwene ho. Can no cray like play won't crow bit me ato science and feed mu but who buy kai say Ecobank in free and I send you email and I message in miss our pin OTP bank card and I Ghana card one semda ma winning now Ecobank the Pan-African Bank.
Syntax Tango! Syntax, fair strong. If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, fair strong. Oh, Ghana shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break when the rain they fall. Still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. And any project you they start. Syntax Tango!
Want more of the world's best entertainment? Well, DSTV's got you. We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars, we got drama, we got fun, we got more for everyone.
We got you.
So come on, get connected. There's an upgrade on us just for you.
My specialty.
More channels, more shows, more joy for you and the fam every day. DSTV, we got you all the way.
OneXBet. Now good deal is so. Make a game on promo on your website onexbet.com.gh and our app so. You find the iPhone 16 this is copy 5,500 Ghana cedis. More promo code game on GH. OneXBet. Agrono help koso. Yene one diagrono. Gambling when you're true. Inti chanu wa she yemu. Enye ma wana won dim fie dun wache. Gaming Commission of Ghana. Agent krato ya tu.
Ayampo, say a quantum ye can do him. Now one could be na yell satism and no be.
Wow, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Nice. Then wash your feet are coming on. Yeah. That's nice. Ain't yen alcohol, ensa no den the nipa bebre na nim ya peteshi e we ye man yi emu e we effect bi o ye stomach lining no eso ana
sino be me da wasema me mfa nchia ma ya hwefo ne atiefo nyina asom ya obisa mi etole bia ya na obo ho no mo a stomach ulcer no ba ne so na onom hexamethasone capsules na empen bebre na ngrofo tai ka so o me no maduro no so yare ne wo ho na so na nioma bi ense so de kan nipadua no
na o de kan
we bi ne eye alcoholic drink ya wo kan ho asam alcohol no me pa cho o treat stomach ulcer na o nom ensa no odene a na petition ya me pa cho ene yaresa no ebe check
ebe dey
isan say ono mako no eboa produce stomach acid no bebre nipadua no hormones bia ye friend gastrin na gastrin no na ebo ye flu ni nka ye say on release stomach acid no ewo mra nipadua no ehia acid no stomach layer no afri hono ama bible bia ma mebo stomach no ho enu ntini ye be show say unum hexamethasone capsules asa ulcer yade a modern tun free ensa
no den
eho avenzo so me pacho timi cause inflammation ne titire no gastric one no me pacho timi cause inflammation no na o cause inflammation sa na bonso bo no ma ya na ne bo tai fono no aduane mpampam bi beba fono so bia na ne bo fono no eho kra na otimi sabi efe ansa na ne ho yeden atono nti wenim nyina ya de a se wonnom ensa no odene a me pacho ekofa bre ni padua no obreko a stomach ulcer ebo nipadua ni ana afenzu no etimi emwa ma healing na openo
emantentem
tubuni mina ye kwan a nsa no odin no etimi
the ideal is unya ulcer ni bia you stay away from alcohol smoking and swear
and also to say similar to friend say
the alcohol
and also boa ema acid no ebedoso chain sena nipadua ni hia boa eyi protective friend say mucus layer no free ho no so similar to alcohol na sena we no
sana
smoking no so ntin so pese on ton free stomach or some na no hexamethasone capsules so when friend sense great no mo no watcho and the free
in sound so sa obi ho say media me mentai no nsa bebreye me occasional drinker occasions and amenom ono so sa no so
senior obi occasional ono monsa enipa bebre ono mo a on say hexamethasone capsules ono mo a unti ya oni bio enti ya na ye bebre se omho atom kra obo ono ma onom ayatoa ne baako anyway ne baako no na onti ya no fi say bibia yo nka oso akoso anonom no ko check up na ye hunu say ekuru no any H pylori na free ni nipadua nim na so onti ya no ntino aya na sabi relax na onom egum oyesa me pacho se osa no wo yemu a me pacho etimi sign kenyan na ho ya no sign timi kenyan na ho na ya na de ye ho kra no se obu ho no ono mo nsa no mpa obehwe na aduane bia ni niyam ondidi ye na ode no nsa obu won so a ono mo nsa na the same time na ode sgarit asya ka obu won so a ono mo nsa na sabio obitumi no nsa na sabi ni tikra ye ne ya na akwakoto pinkila no asan de aka ho and then ye ba na san ye ya one de se ewo ho all san so se betimi afu ni padua mu de ebe yedini no kware de ba akopɛ
it is a unya all sanebia ideally no lifestyle changes been the was a ba ewo hawa oya onioma emu
lifestyle changes in the obi aya na adults bebre na membo bi so ebi eating habits obo no mo a wodi dia wie no kra na adwono a okwa akoda no agise wodi aduane bi amfa say spices no wo a shene ma no no carbonated drinks yi bi ahodo owie ya no de akwa akoto no no wada obu won so asebio okwo washroom or buy and go so timi okokro ni nsa with running water and a friend saying samana no onye ne sa odi nsuo no gu ne nsa so a no na step akotena duano no wadi e ba ne sa na H pylori mo wayi etimi ebo edi room ana afempo no stress akoni abadie ye koni ye ba no sa hormones na release e friend cortisol na no so bua ma e stomach acid no be ye bebre no stress no so no etimi kofa ohaw ne amane ba ntimi so wutumi wo so wo ye adwuma wa bra relax and edge wa home kakra na bibia no enkoyi ana afi no nsa ye ka ho asam yi ene service garity ye ka ho asam yi ye twe ho firi mu a nyina no bibia bitimi aboa bibia yi.
That's nice. Enti now yemre ndro mienu na moton no
aksa
kwan ben na ndro efa so esa all sayare no
senior obi me da wasina adro we die ayana obi say eye magic na Captain Smart say ade adro no magic na eye magic say adro no onom haksam sana na capsules no
okay
eboa ma H pylori bia na ono no de eye stomach ulcer ne ba no eye ni free ho no
oh okay
se ekuro nso so wo ye ma say se no bobo ho no ma wo H pylori mo wa no but ulcer ni nyama
okay
ana obi won so a or H pylori mo wa no but ulcer no so no ekuro no e wo ho no enti no wa ulcer ni nyama na wo H pylori mo an pa cho eboa yi H pylori mo won free ho afenso so no so a wo de develop krama ulcer na ba no say gastric ulcer say duodenal ulcer say peptic ulcer esophageal ulcer hodo bia no ekum ekuro no afenso ye onkrofo bebre won mo aduane to mo yema na omyem ya esan stomach ulcer ni ntino obu won so a me pa cho aduane to ne mo be fi ni nyina no onum haksam sana na capsules no emma so how we nyina ejai na afi no aduane bia obedi bia no atimi agina wo ho na aduane no mu nutrient na timi ahyehye wo nipadua no na waye fine kama eno to obi behu no say onipadua yi waye fe enti onipa bebre ho no a aya na stomach ulcer ntino moja efri no ase achawo no ho amananya complication bi se mfanso wonya internal bleeding obe sabi obe fene na moja wom obeja ne na ulcer nti na moja wom eba ne sana na ma ne nipadua na aye ho ya obitimi hye so nipadua na aye ho ya ofi woni ase kura moja ba kokura ni ho eba ne sana woni so timi bremu echim enti wonnom haksam sana ne capsules no ebe yisa ho ha na free ho na ma woni nipadua na aye fe aye kama na se onnom ama ya o na wo ti e wo stomach ulcer ni mo afiri ho ne de eno de e bonus
almost instant
eno de senior obi eno de say 3 minutes kra doso nyanom ya obehu say pains no eko na fa ahase ye ohun adwuma nkakra eno na ya na nkrofo bebre ehun si pains ne kopa na mo jesu baby eno de da na obi frey o say me kokwawu ekwayi na me ba no medru nkokọ no me kwa wiwi bi no de okana no kre as me kwa wiwi bi na as medru nkokọ na fide me yema som me like sena mo haksa misa and the capsules onom ya na pain no ekoye enti no ono haksa misa na capsules no say na boa o emma bibia toto yi ewo ni pedue no.
Wow, that's interesting. To when ye pebia to ibenya bi wen.
Senior obi me pacho say pebia to dia ene na say ye kan shi dragline na yenko repatch.
Okay.
Yenko tenated hellos emi and Benis Kumase yenko PFA Danny Helba Colina Freddie Mens Missy and Arms uko for dia ko Gabson Pharmacy Benol and Delight afi yenko kofonko Isaac Graston mankasim yenko GF Heba takwa yenko owa sabibidro fi takwa de say Charles obo say smart heba why ye mumuni await tamale yanko wo fa kujo heba afenso so no ba bia wo no se wunya bi nto ana se ho no a short to a friend number we sisi a na yenni nkomo aje 0240 23 83 10 0240 23 83 10 ana 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 baby I will be ano e be bro haksam son capsules ama osa no afro ni paduam
all satanfo papa why ni nyina me da sepa why bibi ani e be send happy birthday bio why fantastic Ekosiisen so ni e high Asempa 94.7 FM enti ye beto so yenuen sorry remember the acting rent commissioner Akwaba Ora Frederick Opoku or Frederick Pacho yes na infinfin akonya ne so ema menti mo amutie ya mo questions at the man who contribution to nkomo ayeba bedia 0548443523 ubetim do messages na faso abre ye bejemre akan amam very very important ora Frederick akwaba na apomu ye de
obi mejo so na me adome he pa
ye danya me ase na rent control department ye boko
bibia koso
so still like that so your department
department yes
rent control department
yes sure
more under Ministry of Works and Housing
and Water Resources.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. Now, one kazana department hoda dana.
No. I came to office. I was appointed, and I've never worked with them before.
Oh, sir. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. I mean, I thought say how started with you now you'll be a hoda da was steady system now.
No.
Oh, okay. But you used to be in a different agency?
Oh, no, I was the Secretary General of the National Tenant Union of Ghana for 15 years.
National Tenants Union of Ghana for 15 years. Hey, maintains our union. National Tenants Union.
Decided not to be the type of going out and cladding in red. You know, Ghana, unless you clad in red, we thought that we needed to do a lot of dialogue and to talk to the policymakers to make sure at least they can do something to better the lives of the people through housing.
Oh, in this experience, no, into him loopholes.
I understood the way things have gone bad, and sometimes we me advise say other government come and gone, what policies they should bring to make things better for hand renters. I mean, a lot of this. So for me, the issues of rent control, they used to be friends to me, and we go there all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that formally now in China, say me not at all. Yes.
It is who take you over? No, say be 1 year, ba.
It's 3 months.
3 months.
3 months, 2 weeks.
And yes, priorities is here in the short to medium term, but we've seen you visiting some hostels any other focus near the priority is here
to restore order immediately.
Order at the housing market near chaotic,
very chaotic and bad, serious and lawless. That's a word. So the rent law no is about order and enforcement of law. So I realize system has been dented for a long time. And to restore order first and talk about restoring order. Say Obama information, education, sensitization about the existence of the law. Over the years, there should have been that education. If you do this won't happen to you. Over the period. In the time now President John Dramani Mahama, in his own wisdom, after 63 years, to appoint a first rent commissioner.
All this one any rent commissioner?
Never. We have never had it before.
And your money or no more then?
Rent officers.
Oh, just rent officers.
So there's section 2 of the law mandate president come and go to appoint a commissioner.
A rent commissioner.
Rent commissioner of the Republic.
Oh, and even our past president in Ebum ran.
Of course, all of them. For 63 years.
This is the first time you hear rent commissioner. Oh.
So you realize like that man or woman to be appointed, which happened to be me as a man, my say the law is there.
Yes.
It has not been enforced.
Yes.
Until I'm for you say people, it has been a culture. People have acted illegally for a long time, unlawfully, and it's now a norm, a culture.
Yeah.
So when you are trying to say a bit changey, people still doubt. But one thing they should understand is unya president who believe the law has to work. Because President John Dramani Mahama 4 or 3 occasions have said rent laws should be applied to work.
Yes.
He has been clear. And unya a supportive president who believe the law has to work, they know you have a strong backing and there won't be any kind of interferences on your way and the law will be done. So you realize no one. And let me take this platform. I mean, that Haruna Idrisu,
Education Minister.
Yes, I called on him. Time I made me visit recently about 4 years ago to step in immediately. He has acted with a sense of urgency, and the minister today, I'm aware, has set up a committee, GTEC, Vice Chancellor's Council, and blah blah blah. And now they are going to look at the hostels issues.
Now also on stepping in now on your dane with the hostels.
Yeah, because the entire member I received a petition.
Okay.
And the petition from Nooks, actually say no man could in terms of pricing.
Okay.
Hikes.
Okay.
Year two.
With no explanation.
No nothing. Just say every semester increment. And the rent laws no section 10. There are ways, procedures are over to add assessments. So the question that were they doing assessment? Or almost the host now are assessment made. So for me, the law says landlord can apply, tenant can apply. In this case, Nooks applied.
And they apply to the commissioner.
To the assessment for students.
Okay.
And they invoke the jurisdiction of the rent control powers. So this is the first time we want to prove, say, if you invoke the powers of the Rent Act, the powers must act through the commissioner. And that's why today you see, say, I'm trying to make sure say there's a law. So send a general law be any investment and the free market, the law and free market, demand and supply. Yes, these are all economic jargons. They are economic jargons to make people feel comfortable.
Into going to the acting on our Nooks petition, no. Na Nooks say be then say ensure say omon to bonim.
Nabi.
Okay.
Me investigation no man because enye.
Okay.
Number 2. Me almost sati rent loan say assessment.
Yes.
Increment in it. They were clearly telling us the laws which applies to the hostel. Okay, let's set this record straight. Hostels are registered and monitored by Ghana Tourism Authority.
Yes.
There's a thin line between what and where we are coming is the pricing.
Okay.
They are not assessment is done by rent control. So how much you are charging me at your hostels? So long as what the rent what sika as income of the free accommodation a rent. And the law applies there. So invoke based on the thin line of access and the rampant increments of what.
Okay.
So me come be what follow me. Me say look, yes, the law is there. Ghana Tourism Authority is responsible for that. Are you registered? Are you registered by Ghana Tourism Authority? Yes. That's the first thing I want to hear. Then before I can even talk to you. Then if I'm not registered, I will use the name hosteler. That is even more fraud. Fraud. It's another big issue. Fraud. And I know I even requested the certificate, Some of them are not able to show me. I won't pay still, and it's a matter we need to investigate to see if indeed they have been registered. If not, why are you using the name hostel? And using the same thing that you have been taking money from people all these years. You need to account for that.
In the what register poor, you've met that side of the law.
Yes.
Now if you about pricing, you want to rent control. In the pricing, also emrane say to
Section 10 of the Act.
Or say you den and say what to.
I say first of all, it ought to be assessed.
Assessment no why in the
rent officers.
Rent officers, okay.
Well, you apply.
Okay.
But they say you may apply.
Yeah, may.
Fine. So people may be thinking of the may. But the landlord can apply, the tenant can apply.
Yeah.
In this case, tenants, which is represented as group, have applied. That go and look into the assessment for us. So they have invoked it, that's why I came in. So an action has been triggered.
Yeah.
And that means that every hostel ought to be assessed. And validity of their money taken, fine. Yes, you may have spent more. Maybe I was spending billions of dollars. But the matter is not about your billions you spent. It's about law.
The America.
And the law, they won't even say we are doing with economics in law. There's a clear two difference. But if you see these technocrats and these policy people now, they come to justify the unjustifiable. And that makes them lawless statement. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
So, okay, that one a thing. Demand and supply low, demand was high. Into young to Ghana man Ghana man young to investors and take over.
Yeah.
Is that what you are trying to say? Then you are trying to tell us say you're a lawless country because you want a damn white thing. And people are taking advantage of a damn white thing to dupe, to exploit and to steal.
Yeah.
The intention of what you do, fine. The question is, Obi, a dime, Usiane Boyding. I agree. You cannot be breed about timber. It's agreed. The point is, say, your business be. You look at the people you serve. Now, what they can afford.
They can afford. Yes.
Benya won na okotena mu nti wuntimi ka se ko pe class abehim. And now describe say ye pe comfortability amount. Me one student in the school no. Are you saying say comfortability into this school one? Fine, they might be more afford it. But the point is, and why you ding? It will be a while. Then you are forcing the poor people to now find ways and means to get it down there. What is the implication and the repercussions? It means to say, so one man provides that now. A lot of the ladies, peer pressure, they have to go and follow men.
Now, Omanya Sky between.
So a man kind of lifestyle. Me down for so that. Me papa ni. You are finally breaking the social fiber of the society of bringing that kind of exploitation. And I mean, go to some of them and me call it will be. You'll be shocked.
Hostels,
you'll be alarmed. It's so sad, and there's a sheer atrociousness on the part of these investors. Wickedness at the highest level. Cruelty in the name of investment and justification of the unjustifiable. Why do I say so? Obi, a dime no tihemi. Not bed 4, bed 2, band bed top and down. 4 would you be 8,800?
Say omunyina 8,000. In the Nipa 4.
1 yes, Baku 8, Baku 7, Baku 7, Baku 5, Baku 5, 5,000, 4 20,000.
Hey, for one room.
No.
What for the semester?
Yes. Some of them. I'm telling you. And I interviewed. It wasn't a room discussion. I was just interviewing the operators on set.
Oh, but that's ridiculous.
And and people are saying, if rent control want to enforce this, that it means that they are going to make the thing worse. And when I heard some statements saying that now, they are wreckers, nation wreckers, in the quote of the fact that they know whatever theories, and they will bring economic jargons, come and speak big English, economics, demand and supply, and be confusing the system. What kind of country are we building? When will you say country look at the amount, the income of people?
Yes.
You are who produce who are the The reasonable thing is that who am I
producing for?
You just enter into a business.
No.
They go and do the economics and come back with their doctorate and PhD and disturb us with theories. They be disturbing the country with theories and broken and interest in interest people. The few 2% will make that money, and they want to say we should throw our law out because they are investors. Because I buy into my CB, and so what?
In the specific example,
yes.
Say Okoye schools, maybe hostels, and Kolan 9 at one room, you be 8,000.
Yes.
In one, it's ridiculous. Do you understand?
So now what I thought was, okay, one, I want to still engage.
Okay.
Because my friend said, those say ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
That's true.
But be as it may, we are building a nation. Law you are making existed 17 years. How many times normal can law wants a Morgana? It we assume so be amponim. So when I came, let me take about 6 months. Let's do education. Pick it section by section. Important areas no more flout no. Just re-echo. Let them bring back to their senses and the real nature of the law. And some enforcement here, Juma. I didn't go to enforce anything. I didn't go to lock anything. Because I know, people may not know. But I wanted them to know, there's a concern. And that they have been flouting the rules for a very long time. That has been a culture that we need to stop. Until I say, order must be restored immediately.
But operationalizing it no enye BB, for example, Sawoshe Nipa 9 what them the na working ya. Say if you run it you be 5,000, I would say outrageous on you almost saying. And who will determine the on you?
I say section 10 tells you the assessment. Maybe from a number say you 1 CD. Your experts are your assessment. Value things. So no you value property.
Yeah.
And over to the value.
Yes.
Investment in value.
Yeah, value.
Yes. So I'm now talking to Ghana institutional surveyors.
Yeah, evaluation.
Value that assets and they assess it. Say if they want to spread their cost, if they claim they have invested.
Rent saying
yes, reasonably. Ukojilo ebia 30 years over the 10 years take until you be compelled to be adding up to frustrate people be ankasa, and we are allowing lawlessness to thrive in this country.
Does the law say every year landlord ebetimato rent?
I'm going to say when an assessment is done after 2 years you can increase.
When an assessment is done
after 2 years,
what do you
increase?
Untimi entum. Shremuye in said this year.
No, assessment. My assessment in Namawa.
Yes.
On say amount for a bitum 3 months, 6 months, 6 months. Or so mama says to
yes.
The law and say just to stop people from overly increasing.
Yes.
What I say? Be as it may, there may be some clauses or conditions. It be inflation be. Why serious maintenance be before some time. Yeah, assess it 1 year. But why more maintenance? You have to go for reapplication. That be my other app. So come and review it again. It's justifiable. But when you have not
done anything new,
and then obi, almost that because I say kobusa cement board.
Yes.
Udim iron rods board. 20 years on to iron rods that. So when did iron rods fee increment became your problem? You have not painted your property for 10 years. When did paint? So when did paint become your problem? Cement won't be that. It's a cement. What is your business in it? But it's not only about even those materials. Other factors, economic, inflation.
Yeah.
Now me talk more back. Me a landlord.
Yes.
Me sit down. And then me did me pension. Inflation na kosro. Me talk more 1 bag 10 cedis. 11 cedis now. So how can I survive? Economically apply and give justification. There be inflation got 20%. So if I should maintain it, how do I survive? Then based on inflation, inflation got 5%, we got 50% or 100%. Obi down 1,000, was it 2,500? Another sorry, another scanning the bottom. No, or can transfer any debt because a man in Yejuma. How on earth can you give me a property, say, a 500 Ghana? Now within 1 year, 2 years, I got 2,000. 300%. And they say, men kasa. Because okasa, and the problem, beba. It's yenjana ubiya do ope o maimu. Because transportation, transport trotro na yetono. About trotro mobi. Obi.
Dabi.
About the trotro mobi organa.
So about
the time mobi. I didn't transport there. About for new mo. Now we sit down there. I will say we tell me calculation of demand and supply. That demand and supply. No matter how can basa so like baby. I bet you mathematics tan to justify the legality.
We've spent some time on hostels on campuses.
Yes.
Yemra normal rent amount for 3 years. Moving to no. My current and I were down summer.
Yes.
Me fear ebia me tua initial advance for 2 years. 2 years ne so ya me kwa kotua me start me tua 1,500 2-bedroom apartment. 2 years so ya me kotua so me for 3,000. Me no me then.
So what so the point is what that tenant should apply?
May apply to rent control.
Yes. It's you two bet apply. What bet apply no back for. Me ti damo. Oh. I need 1,000 or 2,000 but chuma so kakra. But the fiercest uko kan or father na me bi.
Obe pamon. So that
is what I am telling you, say. Let us test the law. It's a game of evidence.
Yeah.
Now the President Mahama can. Do Asempa Obe report to slow me report it. We soon from ma and almost show them every but there's a clear cut law. A game of evidence. For example, we a prospective or potential tenant. Uko pedine. Unye tenant too. Uko landlord say me was 6 months or me per 3 years. Find ways they mean to get evidence
from landlord.
So we a potential pool shouldn't be a tenant before you report. Going there to that landlord as a prospective tenant, then telling you already 2 years evidence, pick it, get evidence and bring and report. But then we tenants. But the fact is, what evidence or your landlord?
Yeah.
We will stand on the evidence. How is the person going to intimidate you? It never thinks what if you're on the eka.
In the normal stand you on the evidence, I'm mobile landlord.
The law says what? One, we can prosecute you. The prosecution here is this. One, if you are found culpable, 250 penalty units. That is section 25, section 5 of the law, and the offenses. If you are found demanding this beyond above the limit of what you are going to pay, is that the court will give you a minimum of 250 penalty units. 12 series by 52, 3,000 Ghana in default, 6 months. This is the law they are joking with. And they will be talking about now population has grown and it's not working. If this is a simple thing that it's not about population matter. It's about don't take this month. What has to go with population? They will come and tell you things have changed. The law is a kick. Yes, it's true. We are reviewing it. But there are some parts of the law that is not about kick matter. It's applicable today.
To say the number of months was so advanced.
No. New one anything. Because uko other jurisdiction. For people to put money together and come and give you, and easy. So if I still justify and say, "I'm a investment," say one to man 3 years, I'm a man who can work. How? I dare you see 100 years, 50 years investment, over 25 years on. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And after all, she to be see rent control ko money say. Oh, mun joma sem. The problem me coming cop. But I say the law is no respect of anybody. We invest our demand so. One demand you face fully the rigors of the law, and nobody will interfere for you.
And for now, the law no advanced to 6 months.
25 by 5. Section 25, section 5 is clear of activities.
Also just 6 months.
6 months, don't go beyond it.
6 months no what again?
A renewal.
Another 6 months.
Short tenancies, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months,
sure.
Up to 6.
Sure.
It is a and say but you can have about, let's say, 2 years agreement, but you demand
6 months you demand money every 6 months.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what the law, in the framework of the law, no. This is what they wanted to achieve. Maybe I'm not a lawyer anyway, but thinking, why we have reasonability now. That could be the reason.
If you need demanded 2 years advance, which is contrary to the law, tenant
the law is silent for now on that.
On the tenant,
and that's why they say on the buyer. But then now the is hope is a cabinet very soon. We are hoping by the close of the year a new law say don't give, don't take.
Okay.
So that's the lacuna that you have seen. That's the lacuna, yes. And what the bad ya me person me di. Intina kwe aiding and abetting.
Yeah.
Me the man also je.
Yeah.
The demand is a crime. Into your basana won't mean from Mount Minje, they will lock you there. That's the one of the lapses. You who I think so we have talked about. And more to the point, the government is now taking a decision to make it 1 year instead of 6 months.
Advance 1 year.
Now, if the new law is passed.
I didn't hear.
Oh, I think say your policy. You look at the cry of the people. Nipolo musi dan senke mubaka kra. Koga abani CB intime ma obiabi. So you meet them halfway, at least, to listen to them. And obi oha 3 years, 1 year. Also 1 year now we safe.
Yeah.
Halfway, the landlord appreciate 1 year, tenant appreciate 1 year, and everybody will have their will to pay.
Yeah.
I see me try 1 year. No must say you can plan for the 1 year. No must say so that won't share more than 1 year and what have you. If you buy a commercial property, go to the Macoles and what they do. What do they call it? They call it if you rent a property, goodwill.
Okay.
Which is a criminal act and criminal intention. They don't even give you receipts. I go and ask them, those at Macola and renting these properties. It's disincentive to investment. Obi behind dying. I be here Juma 20 and not doing yet.
Yes.
Who continue 5 years? Who you say when location is very good.
Very good.
It mami 500 million. receipt in count. It because a chrono is it far from stealing? No, I'm a bit hard. Scanner mini receipt yempe evidence. So what pedani dia, mami goodwill of 500 million. No receipts. How can we be so wicked as people? It is over here, Juma. So tam o stock na. El command no obinche enfandi. Alentia me was store makola. It will come to an end, and they should hear and hear it well. So long and so far as I remain the commissioner of rent control, and that I represent the vision of the president who says the law of rent should work, and no interference, so far so good, I will stop them.
A year or more stores no more than my rent.
Oh, just 5 years, you know.
Yes.
It can be
for most of the.
They are also should be limited.
Almost when Ranica 6 months, maybe.
It is a the Ben say obi ebia or plant or wabe set it up. Short a problem. So the reasonable thing is to take long agreements, but take yearly.
You bet me
10 years.
10 years.
But I'll take it yearly.
Magic scan every year.
Yes.
Then the pan one hand.
Exactly.
So the OJ.
But OJ say 100 million. Jama 500 million. Now on Jim Co. Now the store no way. It's a disincentive and it has economic implications. Those who argue about free market, they don't think about see that lacuna and the whole. Or is that Makoti Sika? OBS store will makola 50 years in ye. And you are still exploiting and say Yankasa. What can I say? A dine, unim dambo, unim maintenance. Makula dano. How many times do they do that maintenance? And then we still 50 years, you know. Cement is now told the whole year now go who increase to who. And if I hear Obi, if you hear real statement coming to studios with all their PADs, Professor Deben, no better studio, just because they are also beneficiary of this
fraudulent system. No?
Let me put a fraud. So people who are part of the defrauding, they come to justify the unjustifiable, and they are lawless, and the government system should stop them. If you don't respect your own laws in the country, and you think your laws should be put aside, allow investors to be free, because government and CB, government, menka. If you talk about government should interfere, allow free market forces to work. It may ensure poor. Is that what you are telling the government? In any case, a dana we no, assassin to no, 99 years or so. It tells you what ya. A child will say, "Sir, land no, what be rented for 99 years, and that there's a custodian of the land, and you." That's why government, whether you build or not, he must have an interest to protect the people who are the poor. So if the poor government couldn't build that, you're building nation. Government cannot do all. It is a who play rule. You don't take advantage of the fact that government CB. It's that is wickedness, heartlessness, atrociousness, and cruelty. That's how I'm describing them.
Unfortunately, the law backs you anymore, Juma.
Exactly.
One question I'm facing with Busa said, we started with hostels.
Yes.
Who say hostels, no regulators need to monomobam when a price for the rent.
Yes.
And Ghana Tourism Authority extra standards near idea. Yes. Is it the same for hotels? It is a hotel rate or more per night near adeno, and also no monomo regulated price.
BBPA Osha a yesika. Oh. If you are hostels and hotels, you need the tourism authority.
Yes.
Tourism authority, on me boost our price.
Price, no.
We have $1 million. In fact, we wrote to Bank of Ghana, Financial Market Department, that rent control, we are not happy about the dollarization. It's keeping the economy. Many a time you see Bank of Ghana issuing directive upon directive. Who minds them?
Obia
and Fiomo, and Bank of Ghana, Obi Fiwa, and they know. How many times has the governor of Bank of Ghana not issued directives? Who cares? How many people have they arrested? Have you seen a report of people who are Bank of Ghana actually more dollars there? But don't you see with your naked eyes people pricing dollars? Even boldly in front of places. Dollars. This product is sold $500 million. Come on. So if I say Ghana is down creeping to lawlessness, I have a justification to say that. Because almost money Ghana until me $20 and we are running a country. And that country we are running, people don't think that the laws can work. Parliament will waste its time and pass laws. And that we cannot enforce the law. It's not Parliament who enforces the law. The institutions and agencies, including rent control. It doesn't matter when rent control came into being. 63 years, the law is still the law.
So on hotels, for example, how do we, and also for hoteliers to fix on price, they have to go through some assessment.
For Airbnb.
Yes.
Airbnb is a short stay.
Short stay.
It will be a short stay. You see, there's a thin line. Because hostels is regulated by tourism authority.
Yes.
The way you buy as rent, you can also come in.
Yeah. Okay.
If we have more interest, and I'll be reported of exploitation, we can come in. But you serve as referee, you can never be a judge in your own court.
In your own court. But you've heard them, so say, apart from even Airbnb, generally people say hotel boy in Ghana, Edding. Matters Asempa. How do we resolve that?
Me who say hotel more of tourist something.
Okay.
Me who say it's answer a babet enya dia day to day steamer move focus that hotel because it's built for a group of people. But over hostel is him say hostel and some are a tourist.
Yes.
A category of hotel like
yes.
They sell food, beverages and some entertainment be or. So the question is, hostel, do they even qualify to become hostels?
To become hostels.
And I'm going to say, master, still dying, that's what Danny High. What is hostel about? Niggas already rent it. Now, Lonnie apply fully, but they will run under the cover of this hostel. They say, rent control to be Mawana. No more for exploit it. What's who dying? I said, dying me, I see me the high amount for. If you come and say, Bana Beda, behind me, they are 6 months. If semester is two times in a semester.
Yes.
4 months or whatever, and go holidays 2. It's the same within 6 months, It's what did 6 months, a man 6 months, I'll say, and the encounter. I brought what Jimmy Sika. Time I'll pen what some people say boardroom. Who told you say boardroom now we meeting? The among this air more than the law. The board meeting, no, this is now take most year to 2. Who told you says our board, power is more than the laws of Ghana. And I want to rent laws. In the school, no, it's some Koshomo Boa. More than the rent control law. They are all subservient to the law. It doesn't matter the board and whatever you sit down, whatever university, whatever you set, your laws are subservient to the laws of Ghana. The board cannot have a decision that can surpass the laws of Ghana.
The laws of the country.
How? Why is it that the universities are not their own land? Muna moche economics. Muna moche management. Muna doctors, muna professors. Muna moche how to manage business and land. Adana mama saseno. Mumu sit down also. In perpetuity, if you invest on the land of host university, so tell me the amount of money that the banks are going to give you. Go to even Senate. You go to Senate yourself. The school. That come and let us come together and do something so that we can save the children. Because school is all done now.
But not Senate hostels or campuses. So, but I think Omar brought the private investors.
Senate. Go to University of Ghana. Almost from Ghana Hostels Limited.
Yes.
Almost hotel for pent.
Yeah, pent.
1 room, air condition, 1 room. Almost 40,000 a year.
40,000. And we are Senate hostels.
Senate.
There's a Senate there. Benjamin Zoma Boomerang. So.
A private entity.
Senate.
Yeah, of course.
No, okay, hostel. Private.
And
Senate as an institution.
My understanding is. Mabeji private me
yes.
Private for my men are ton Kobe momone no what did sika they have TS beboa and I will manage fund na mame
yes
omo board who are responsible it is omo come board to meeting na excuse me John Mahama ko take it momo
but John Mahama ne be director or rep and so board
of course there is but in it nature no
other people
of course it's in your government holistically. It took us hostel. Now no company Nkrofo na omo aske na wo manage
no. O say ku omo.
O say exploit omo. I didn't say because Senate feels so they are even above the law. They are not. They are not. Senate is not above the laws and the laws of Ghana.
Of course. And
that I'm putting them to order. That they should stop that kind of exploitation dealing with the hostels on campus, especially the Ghana and Pent Hall. Specifically.
And the Pent one room is one
room. And baby I'm class 4. Also more new Pent and old Pent.
Yes.
New Pent, you know. New Pent 4 is a 3. Also the dam no. Omoji 8,800 803.
It is just kind of here. 8,000 per student. In the student room 4 no be
so omo 8,324. Meboa say year say semester and there is a move from normal chechirem. But the point is it's on meje the list of omo hostel.
Yeah, omo hostel.
Na me mention chiro omo say alenya you try light bill. Na me say light bill we to postpaid and prepaid. Obi to give them any exploitation. You have taken my money. Your room, your printer, prepaid. Let me go and buy my why do you come and buy and charge me? These are all ways they can be putting the money and be justifying the unjustifiables. And we just look at them because they are senators. So what?
It's true. My main kind message is kakana fi entwa so many the acting rent commissioner the first rent commissioner to be so appointed in the last 63 years. And you can see the passion with which he speaks, and he's been in the space for over 25 years, right? Where's Obi? I strongly share in the concerns of many Ghanaian students over the high hostel fees being charged across the country. Education should not become a burden because of accommodation costs. While I commend the Rent Control Commissioner for showing interest in the issue, I believe we must address the root causes instead of only blaming landlords. In every part of the world, properties in prime areas attract high prices. Today, lands in places like East Legon are sold at extremely high prices, sometimes over $100,000, yet little attention is paid to it. How then do we expect investors who acquire such expensive lands to charge low rent? Government also owns vast lands in prime areas across Ghana. Why not invest in affordable hostels for students instead of allowing state lands to end up in the hands of politicians and politically connected individuals? We need practical long-term solutions to this growing problem. What's in the question and in the suggestion?
Right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
Let call speed.
Yeah.
And I know that maybe there should be a dialogue, which I know the president wants to trigger that.
Yeah.
Because he has called for a dialogue to be called.
Okay.
And I know, say, a basana, we can dispassionately discuss it. Any feelings get to it as Ghanaians, which talk can legitimate.
Okay.
Well, that's very, very legitimate. So I don't think I have any much to talk about because in a way I side with him. Say the right thing has to be done.
Yeah.
And that will give us everlasting solutions, not cosmetics solutions or whatever. I agree with him.
Yeah. In the way, Sir Obi, Pent hostel are made for the rich. That's the standard of the hostel since it was established. In 2010, I was paying 4,500 in 4 in a room, new Pent. So it is normal. Castro Ananu. Now Castro Ananu, I saw one night, and when you answer, what they say now, church at the Emma. I mean, there is nothing like you see hostel be for the rich. In this our hostel, no the to me a breach lost. It doesn't even make sense. At the end of the day, operate within what the law says. I don't think say even SNIT before they priced Pent hostel no AS assessment.
No
more the price aba.
Illegality lawlessness.
Yes. And you go through the assessment. Once the valuation is done and the valuation says okay, materials are more useful for dying way there a quality of a certain way then you've complied with the law.
Simple.
You know, and that assessment will say the assessment will show. Because it will include assassinate dining system. Yes. And the assessment will show. Now ma clear. We say Obi, I was wondering if it's possible for to call in and ask for relevant. Okay, I would open the phone lines. Don't worry. Godfred Adoa, maybe a phone lines. No, it's 4:30 now. Give me time, Kakrana Commissioner. We say, Elder, please ask him if they have an intention of setting up a special housing court or rent court. Tell him Ghanaians want to see him going after the big fishes who are charging dollars for their hotels and apartment in a clear video, so we could see he's duly working with no fear or favor. Godfred Adoa. Obi, could you ask the Rent Control Commissioner how long he's been in office and what measures has he put in place since and being implemented? He seems to be threatening landlord, which I think is the best way to resolve this long problem. Is he aware some tenants prefer to even pay 1 or 2 years in advance instead of 1 month? In this case, would the landlord be held responsible for violating the law? Gusty man in Brekomiti, essentially, tenant is the challenge me pay me peace of mind. Menyeskano. Emran is 6 months, and present between 2 years, Namina, Masumi, between 3 years, Namina Masumje, and also any question I will be.
So that's why we say there's a lacuna.
Yes.
And that's why we are curing the lacuna.
Yeah. In the new law.
Of course, you can.
In the new law, what tenant you want to mean to more than
criminal act. Who can who land who tenant can go.
Yeah.
So now who could try saying who is careful to bank or any. Say your treasury bill.
Yeah, treasury bill.
3 months, forgot to. And don't lock it over there. So you don't have any justification. Ube this saying. Yes, 6 months. I could try 1 year. Pay the 6 months and lock it there. Time was once I forgot to.
Yeah. It makes sense.
That will even give you some kind of interest.
Yes.
Can I look at 1 year? Do you get interest on it? How do you put your money 3 years to somebody and say that take the money to investor and that 6 months and now you're being count. You see how we think.
Sure. Very well. In the Fortune Alimi, thank you for your message. I've seen your message. Thank you. Wesa Obi. Even though his cause is a genuine one, excessive government influence will end up reducing incentives. Building rental apartment is not financially attractive as it takes long to recoup the investment. I would have thought he mentioned plans for government to collaborate in public-private partnerships to compete with which naturally stabilizes the rental market. Frimpong, Ewo, Canada. I don't know, it's beyond getting people to comply with the law. He also believes, long term, it was our banks in the private sector and a partner.
Which is legitimate.
Now, Umunsi, I think more like affordable houses. Yeah.
Because government has a lot of resources.
Sure.
So, for example, I have this land or you have this land. I will service the land.
Yes.
Let us help you to build.
Yeah.
It is long overdue.
Sure.
And I think government should begin to think about that.
Sure.
If I say government come and future government all should be thinking like that. Because you cannot allow people to just be investing and you want to be regulating them. That's somehow unfair.
Yeah.
Let me be very honest.
Yeah.
But now, the law is the law.
And the law has to be implemented.
Of course. So, though you can cry, there's
the law is the law. 0548 443 523 is our WhatsApp number. 0548 443 523. Obi, good afternoon. So Poku is one of many others who motivated the landlords to increase rent rampantly to score cheap political point. And he is here today saying what? Tell him to let us be. Also, then he's just in your studio to praise his government and nothing else. Big Joe, will add there so. Now, what tenant union? No, now I'm going to landlords could to pass on to boom.
Minimum. So, Neka. I say sometime, Obi.
Yeah.
When you are talking about national issue, nobody to the politics.
The politics.
And any problem, no. What one I won't even try that. I buy baby just carry out. Political parties do they pay your bill? No. Sometimes you must think outside the box. They don't pay for you. Yeah, can national issue. No, but pettiness or your government or which government? I'm not talking politics here.
No. Where say Obi? Kindly tell the good rent commissioner that majority of Ghanaians are firmly behind him. He should not kowtow to the ridicules and the academic bullying of certain greedy people. there is too much greed and interest in this country, and we hide behind certain true and poor academic principles to banter common sense.
Sure.
In which world is it right to price a house built in 2004 on the basis of today's building materials cost? Charlie Powell na Saliboche, you do all. And I think that is just it. I mean, you cannot build in 2004. Now, and they to iron rods was the iron rods into also to rent. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, and no so they by Obi. TF hostel is one of them. No renovation. After the first semester, students will go and find a new hostel. So now, before you can access the portal to book a room, you have to pay the full year amount, and it is not even refundable.
Where's the TF?
TF, Ibrahim and Samiyehu, TF no
which
school be a hostel be let's know. Na at least on taking notes said be
yes.
The next way no or the more account. Sure. Yes. Where is Obi? Please ask him. I rent my apartment at 1 year, like 1 year agreement, but I take 2 months rent for deposit, which is refundable when exiting the apartment if there is no damage. But if there is a damage, we call a technician to estimate. If there is no balance to give, that's it.
It's right.
That's typical UK
it's right.
rent system.
Because like security deposits.
Yes, security
when
deposit.
You came in, it's all like this.
Sure.
Put 2 months or a month
yes.
there. If you go and it's more than that, you pay before you go.
Yeah.
If nothing, take your money.
Take your money now.
Just to protect the
it's the most reasonable thing.
And these are the things that we talk about that we can use to protect your investment.
Yeah.
And allow you to take it. And then you refund. Even I'm even hoping that I'm even hoping that fund should be paid somewhere, not to the landlord.
Security deposit.
It must be paid somewhere. So if the system works properly, like it must be paid somewhere and on record. So
an account to be a
when it's done,
landlord when it's
done, so that because or person or two sikano.
Sure.
No the techniques about. Now one painting no there's some they abuse that opportunity no.
Yeah. It's true. And I think it's something as you start to introduce and people should stop sadiana na you sit down on board there was some temeka and our anyway I want to mean to cantem a dino unless it tonight we baby budine ediago a dying see wa ube didi honsa where say Obi. Good afternoon. It is surprising that Eden Heights behind West Hills Mall and owned by Snit charges 2,500 Ghana cedis per night. Yet contributors cannot afford to spend a night in a facility funded through their own contributions. One wonders how much pensioners are receiving. And na finandiku edie enono. Obi, please, we need a rent commissioner as the president of Ghana one day because he's a principled man and I like his energy. Wow, Mr. Gig, yeah, that's it. Obi, good afternoon. I hope this message finds you well. My younger sibling has been accepted to the University of Ghana and has been assigned to Diamond Jubilee Hall as his residence. They paid a fee of 6,320 Ghana cedis for accommodation. However, they recently informed me that this fee only covers 1 semester. This information was not stated in the admission letter posted on their portal. Could you please clarify why this wasn't mentioned? Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Section 4 of the PNDC Law 138/1986 states, every tenancy agreement that you have should be registered with rent control.
Yeah.
We are going to apply all fully. Landlords or hostel operators should now issue rent card.
Yeah.
Section 20 of the Act. And that is a transactional document.
Yeah.
When I came in, there's a rent card. The rent card recorded transactions and say, okay, because of sanitation, say, you write and sign, you sign. When there is anything that you have to change it here, come here and let us sign together. So when there's a dispute, you bring it. So those students who are paying a semester 6,000, 3 months or 4 months,
3 months,
and you want to run away from the rent laws. So we are saying that all hostels from now will be directed to issue rent cards to each of the students, and that they must record everything in it, not the receipt, so that if today, let me see your rent card, it will tell me how much you took from them. And the law says in section 20. Now, we are going to apply the law.
Yes.
And that if you come and you have not issued rent card to the students, it's also in breach of the law.
Fantastic. Obi, ask him for me. Where I rent now, my landlord took 3 years of advance. I asked him to pay 2 years instead of 3 years. But he told me if I cannot, I should go. For he would give it to a Nigerian for 5 years.
And let me sound even a caution to the landlords and remind them of something very important in the law. The law says, when you take rent advance exceeding the limit of 6 months, the rent become a debt. If you take 1 year and today, because of mobility of labor, I'm moving to Kumasi. I don't want any story. The law treats as debt. Refund immediately, not go and come. So when you go and take your 2 years, and he changes his mind, I'm going.
Oh, free what?
Now, meanwhile, you have broken the law by taking more than 6 months. Is it the technicality?
Sure. It is hard to say, what are you trying me? The more Obi Baji and Metria will boom run so. And why never became the amount? Boom Rasso, and you don't have to benefit from
and the law says
illegality.
In such it should be treated as debt.
Which will be paid immediately and not conebra.
By effective immediately. That's the word.
Obi, please tell the Rent Control Commissioner that the 1 year rent advance being contemplated in the amendment is too much. All our neighboring countries, Togo, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, take a maximum of 6 months. Are they better than us? Why must we in Ghana be doing 1 year advance? Let's not legitimize the greed and exploitation of the poor. Can he tell us the number of countries around the world where 1 year rent advance is taken? Let's keep the 6 month advance and find a way to ruthlessly enforce it and not legitimize the exploitation. Kofi Ewohacho. I think he also has a point, no?
Yes.
Sir, because I mean, if the new law is contemplating 1 year advance,
you see, Obi, let's be frank. Sometimes I don't want us to talk or think like it should be one way.
Yes,
people have invested.
Sure, and they also at least the same state should also cater for.
To be fair,
reasonably.
Sebi. Omo na si down. But you see, momu you say, or say, oh, 1 year neka be boam kakra. What I say, but 2 years yempene. But 1 year no. Ebe boa se be tenant ye search. The investigation was that many of the tenants will be happy with the 1 year. Landlord, most of them are happy. So there was a consensus somehow. Based on the research. Based on the research, that's why we took this decision.
Okay. I think once a nono works both ways, it makes also the implementation of the law easy. Yeah. Obi. Okay, let me see. Very well. Some of the messages no young kind for obvious reasons, but we say Obi, good afternoon to you. From April, UK from April passed a law for only 1 month rent contract subject to rollover renewal. When will Ghana get something like this? DOB will lead in the UK and other way about even in the UK just 1 month.
Yes.
And what I say it's been there for a while
for
now.
A while, yes.
Yeah.
But they are so enforcing that it's legitimate.
Absolutely.
So that's why we are talking about the fact is here. People taking 3 years, 2 years, is it legitimate?
Yeah.
It is not humane.
Yeah.
It is not right.
It's bad. And especially in a country like ours.
Yes, men kakra. You see, that's why I find it difficult to understand. And you see, technocrat with PhDs. They go there, then be teaching about. They'll come here and be justified or unjustifiable.
So if
rent control will do that to worsen things, I pity the man who said that, honestly.
Obi, I hope the rent commissioner received the necessary support to truly reform the housing sector, because the very people within the system may resist the changes he's trying to implement. It is deeply frustrating to see tenants paying thousands of Ghana cedis in rent, while many apartments still lack reliable water supply, roads remain in poor condition, and access to quality health care is even inadequate. Housing should not be expensive. It should also come with dignity, basic infrastructure, and decent living conditions. James B. Apo, New York City. It was housing should not only be expensive, it should come with all of those. Nyoma Wabu Bosono. Obi, please tell the commissioner that the 1 year rent advance is good for us. He should maintain it, but he shouldn't allow anything over a year's rent advance. Samuel Teshi, Samuel Yedase, Papa. There is one here which says, Okay, let me see. Obi, good afternoon to you, and I hope you're doing well. I hope this message finds you well. I like to express my concerns regarding the current actions of the Rent Control Commissioner. It appears that he is more focused on public appearances, often accompanied by cameramen, rather than implementing effective measures to genuinely improve the housing situation in our country. Unfortunately, the efforts being made do not seem to yield any tangible results. For instance, I reside in Ablekuma, and I've experienced a significant increase in my rent over the past year. In 2025, I was paying 200 cedis for a single room. 200. And a single room, Ablekuma, 200 cedis, single room. And therefore, Papa. But as of 2026, my rent has skyrocketed. You don't know, we're used to the word skyrocketed. Now, skyrocketed from 200 cities to 300 cities. Charlie, here they are. So, of course, additionally, I am now burdened with a lavatory fee of 50 Ghana cedis, which is an extra cost that is becoming increasingly difficult to manage. If there are any avenues for assistance or protection against these rising costs, I would greatly appreciate the opportunity to provide more detailed information regarding my situation. My name is Nukure, and I reside in Ablekuma. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And for Obi Seino, in Nukure, I don't think you have officially reported to the rent control. And Obon is on I'm not a cameraman and first I think you have to go there and go in Obi say say report mama ongoing.
Now I think we are going to open a portal.
Okay.
And I think and immediately
yes,
we want to now intensify people reporting and responding within shortest possible time. Especially Oko Abia rent control office I'm coming with time with the commissioner. And it will be done once in a month. That time with the commissioner will have a full opportunity for people across board to bring their concerns. At least once in a month, and I can review all the issues and see how we can be. Like
office.
Yes.
Now I'm for the concerns.
Everybody it can be done even sessions. That's the day, the whole day for me to sit down to meet the Ghanaian people and to take their concerns and see how we can actually so it will help us to really understand what is happening. If we can get the concerns of the Ghanaian people, 3 sessions in a day, then we are good. And also we're going to open a portal for the students, because the crusade or the hostels is not going to stop. And that the big portal that one should come in the next 2 weeks. That student meet my report, a voice, everything, your receipts, share your receipt, or dashboard for you. We'll register, we'll be a dashboard. That's where you can make a complaint. Until then we can now look at the matter and go there. So we want to reduce whereby tenants are in fears because they'll be evicted. These are concerns. So we will create a platform where you can report your landlord, everything will be indicated. Even you show your latitude, your GPS, you come there. And we have facts. In an indirect, we might not come directly as your issue, but indirectly come to ask questions. And the landlord, when he's put in on his toes, he begins to now revive and do the right thing. Without targeting
tenants. Obi, my first question concerns the current status and efficiency of the Rent Control Authority. It's not an authority; it's a department. And how accessible its services are to the entire citizenry. Okay, in terms of access and all some of the new things they want to do. Amino ewo in Sawem, and he acknowledges access no ebia enye that effective, but he wants to change that. Obi, I want to ask the rent control man if the law asks him to introduce controlled price. Hotel charges are also accommodation, but are they controlled? The economic principles dictate and direct how things happen. So he cannot condemn the economic principle that being studied and applied. The housing deficit far outweighs the available supply, and so the economic principles would cause an increase in price and an adjustment in pricing because of demand outstripping supply. He shouldn't downplay it. Operationalizing this law would be difficult, and that's a fact. Charles Quartin, Charles, I mean, you've spoken at length, but the law is the law.
You go explain to you.
Obi, about the campus hostel issues, the land at UG is for the school. Why can't the government put up more hostels for the student to pay less money than giving it to private investors? Eric Konu or La Paz. That's the question a lot of you have asked. Obi, good day. Please tell the man to come to Domi Pillar 2 bedrooms, 5,000 Ghana this now a month. Domi Pillar 2 bedrooms. 5,000. Inti go me pacho wa. What the message in the bind? Please go and officially complain to them, and then they would move in. Obi, I want to assure you and the commissioner that the party will break down his effort. What haven't we seen in this country before? If he succeeds, he would be the best president for this country. Ghana needs action leaders, not English-speaking people. Ofori Boateng Odie Enono. We say Obi, please, I rent a house and the landlord said every year he would increase it. Ask him if they have an office around Ashaiman. Daniel from Michelle Camp.
We do.
More office for Ashaiman. Okay. And Daniel, you can find out and go and complain. Obi, good afternoon. When they come to your studio, they say it with vigor. But when you have a case, you go to their offices, you would regret. If you report a landlord or a landlady to them, they will maltreat you in diverse ways, and trust me, you would evacuate without your rent period being exhausted. I know a tenant whose roof was taken off overnight whilst it was raining. He had to evacuate that night. Richmond is sleep on. If you are from the tribune.
Obi, you see, it amounts to unlawful. You see, I want us to reflect on something.
Okay.
That there's a rent commissioner who believes that zero enforcement of self-evictions will not be allowed.
Yes.
It is criminal. Yes. And I'm telling you, let me mark it here. Any landlord who makes that attempt, any report comes to my table that you have gathered their capacity to remove a
roof,
you would go to jail. No, it's not negotiable. Try and see. That one, I'm not telling you. If you like, that is abuse of human rights. It's abuse, and no law of competent will entertain you. You jump there because he's not paying. You jump and go to the roof and remove, or the door and you remove it. It's a high crime.
Well, the law even recognizes statutory tenancy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Obi, you know how difficult it is to raise capital to start a business in Ghana. A few weeks ago, I roamed the whole of Accra looking for a shop to rent. Each property owner I met was demanding 5 years in advance, which far exceeds my capital. Life is difficult in Ghana, Charlie. Vincent Ewachimota. Now you say about shop, they are 5 years, not be normal.
One thing I can assure Ghanaian people is that after the hosted, I'm happy that Minister Haruna Dusu has stepped in.
Sure.
As a minister in charge of education. For us, we took the information, he heard it, he has acted.
Okay.
Believing that by the close of the day, then we should see certain things changed. Aside that, the stores that they rent, that's where my direction is going.
Or next way, stores.
So stores now, almost 10 years and 5 years, they will go and explain how, and even, Obi, are you aware that Uji rent as a residential landlord, so 8% my buy.
Oh, you don't mean it?
I'm telling you. Almost how they are breaking the laws. They are all candidate for jail.
Almost funny enough.
They are candidate for jail. You see, the Abano has closed. Now also we not create me.
Sure.
In other areas, jurisdiction, rent or taxes is not a joke.
Hey.
Why you juma obi? Obi you me track I won't tax.
Mitria. Yeah, tenant so.
One now for what to ba yente. Ana ka say na mabena mo timi. Wo ne ne o se wo de want to wo ne o se dan. Twa tax as me ntia. Open ne ye nye operation. Ni enwo fie to fie mu.
Landlord be na.
They for rent tax bra. So mun dem a. So be dem. No mo gonna say no so intimidation. The law say January and your rent control person. January and don't take rent tax. Are they paying the rent tax? You don't pay taxes. You don't want to obey the law. No tax paying. Government is not getting anything from you. What's you done? Let me generate my own money. I won't pay taxes. I won't understand. I will charge how. You break the law left, center.
Left, right, center.
With impunity.
It cannot continue. It cannot continue. Weise Obi. Members of CLOSAG are given 30% discount when they use Pimpansier Hotel in Cape Coast. Why can't SNIT contributors get similar discount for SNIT hostels? Why can't the wards of teachers get discount when they use TF hostels? I should think the TF, maybe Teachers Fund Hostel, I should think. So much cheating in the system. Dr. Ochre Ankra and Onudiwe. But I think that's one thing. When maybe you just SNIT for some common, was said, we begin to explore because utie di obi de buy so more hostels bi or Westels small I know so a bo more gene adem actually it doesn't make sense, you know, it doesn't make sense. We say Obi here the deposit is put in an escrow account and the money plus interest and goes back to the tenant if no deductions are made for damages, and we are Denmark and the way
escrow, that's good.
Yes, escrow account.
Put it somewhere, lock it.
Sure. No, I'll lock it.
So that landlord no jail no what this kind of
so
we are high fee. What you say?
Oh yeah, so Charlie. Obi, this man is fantastic, solid. The crusade is enough. He must keep going. We support him. Too many actors in our system. Yao Efrie, former deputy CEO, Ghana Investment Promotion Center, and Onudiwe Abba. Now, and the messages, no, a lot of messages. Obi, I like what the Rent Control Commissioner is doing. He's encouraging more discussions on this rent issue. The problem with most landlords in Dansoman and in most places is that they increase your rent exorbitantly, and if you cannot pay, you vacate. But all along, there is a Sakawa fraud guy, mostly from Nigeria, who is willing to pay. So the citizen is pushed out for a foreigner because of money. Another thing is the prices of houses built by the State Housing Company Limited. It is so expensive that the ordinary man cannot afford it. To me, the commissioner should also focus on the cost of houses and rentals by state companies. I'll also urge government to really provide affordable housing for the masses and stop the charades. What the status of Saglemi? Thank you. Kwesio Fori or Wager. Kwesi Saglemi is being fixed. I mean, there is a Ghanaian company, LMI Holdings, and a really bid not to rebuild Saglemi, and I know they are on it. Obi, what if the landlords now let their properties under a leasehold agreement instead of a tenancy? Will the 6 months thing still apply? Just thinking aloud. Ayat from Accra, and he says, Obi, I just asked for a price of property on the Spintex Road, and I was told $150,000 US. Long way to go, I guess.
So such is it. That's why we are requesting that if there's a task force for the Bank of Ghana to report all the realization, we can activate it.
Yes.
Then if you go and ask, and you have evidence that it is dollars, that person should be arrested.
Report, sure.
That's how we can clamp down those kind of illegality.
It's true. Okay, let me see. This one says, Obi, the man is talking out of passion, but legally, rent control doesn't have control over hostels. Hostels, guest houses, hotels fall under GTA. He drew that distinction. GTA
if they came to know today, let me announce it.
Yes.
The new law is going to give rent control the full power to register all hostels and regulate it.
Okay.
So it is in a pipeline.
Okay.
It's a thin line, but we are moving.
Okay.
And when that law is adopted, it will take from GTA and come to what?
Maybe about rent control.
So you shouldn't worry, it is coming.
Okay, that's fine. Where's Obi? Please check the rent officer in Takrade office. I am Mensa. And there was something casual check it. Or rent officer no what Takrade office. One kind of crowd. And check Obi, I advise my tenant to put her money in T-bills and pay her rent monthly. But she refused and rather wanted to pay 2 years. However, I accepted online. On base was Helsinki in Finland.
Okay.
And also on a brooch the way in the catcher and say on 3 monthly. But tenant said that open 2 years no agreement. You know.
That's why there's going to be a lot to stop.
Yeah, to stop them also. Obi, my son is studying in KNUST. The hostel, 4 in a room. Everybody is paying 6,500 Ghana cedis per head. And I said, oh, freely going to say, Kumase, take and so.
So I'm cooking KNUST.
Wako
Saturday.
Okay.
And it's true. I want to be a BJ and so 6,000, 7,005.
It's not fair.
A semester.
It's not fair.
How can they pay 7,000 a semester?
It's not fair. Even with this, some people want to give it out for. Okay, I said, ask him. I rent my apartment at 1 year, but I take 2 months. Okay, on now or they we a break earlier no. Obi, ask Mr. Opoku. My name is Quality, writing from Hamburg, Germany. What about tenants who mismanage homes, spoil and destroy fittings, closet and leave without repairs?
First of all,
but how do you ensure that they leave without
repairs?
First of all,
the law says, and as the best practices says,
yes,
who are the right and access to inspect? It's out of negligence. You don't, Madam, 6 months, 2 months, I'll be coming there next week Monday.
You notify the tenant.
Yes, for about, let's say, some hours or some days.
Sure.
Then you enter. I gave you this plumber. Plumbing is this water closet is not well used. One grounds that you can obey my 2 be everywhere. We're in the honey.
Sure.
So if you can invoke that section, say me too major because of when didn't so on time Emma when yanema
also on pehobi
one inspection. So why do you also blame your negligence of care and duty? That be call inspection and don't be lazy.
So Boku messages na abano endorse. So my integi timer and the men sorry nkone. Obi, this is just by the way, I paid $46,000 for my house in the US in 1986. Today, it is priced for $277,000 and the house is old. How do you explain that? How much should I rent it for? Ajoa edia odia ba eno. So we US in Ghana. To US rent control for ebe dealing with them. God. Obi, this guy need our support. The president of the land must help this man succeed. This will be one of the legacies by the president. Fred Opoku must succeed. Ibrahim Atinga, United Kingdom. Obi, please, may I know whether there are measures put in place to establish district offices everywhere in the country or in the 16 regions, and also district public education original from Swedru, some more offices over the country?
Yeah, we have a bet. Unfortunately, not in the district all. So we are trying to partner and to talk to the DCMMDAs to at least it serves a purpose. That rent control offices should be located in all the offices in all the 265. So we hope that it's in a pipeline to do something fruitful.
Very well. I wish we could continue. Maybe we have to make this regular.
Sure.
I was saying my way regular now, and then you be any into a brano no be bana fe. More the messages about mankind. I've not read. Over 50 messages mintimi enkan emre so eko inti mumfa enchen we say Obi, please, I have 4 beds and my tenant pay 1,400 per month. I suffer before they pay. What should I do?
Tenants are not supposed to be in debt 1 month. They can't owe you 1 month by law. So if you tenant not look at 1 month to know
enough reason to.
Of course, the law it doesn't allow you to, because I say short.
Yes.
Into short, you know, many landlords are not going by the 6 months because the fact down car me mama yare me ti pa me and all stories so he regret of short ultimate down oka but the Lord says sentino men twen man de oka 3 months no be soon the moment oka 1 man ebia ene yo May ende na say ebia June and they no try June on and then 1 month no all right to say that me no try be invoke it over rent controls will stand on it and
Obi, just an example, UCC runs an academic year of 2 semesters, each lasting 4 months, making 8 months in total. If UCC charges 1,500 for a room at Atlantic Hall for the full academic year, that would exceed the 6-month threshold in the law. Are the universities in breach of the law? I need education. Pijero ewa takrade. What's in the question and answer?
You see, strictly, or say 4 months.
Yes.
It's within.
Yes.
But men follow this in Kahon.
Okay.
Who share 6 months? I'll say you might like if you pay a semester.
Yes.
It should be 1 to 6 months. Now it's even below 6 months. It's 4 months.
Okay.
So what is the argument here?
Okay.
What's this a semester? Maybe two semesters in a year.
2 semesters in a year.
And
4 months.
4 months. So it's 8 months. So into Odea, which means a academic year.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the ideal money for semester.
Yeah, exactly.
Which will be 4 months.
But now on the one hand,
yeah.
And now when you first sem, 4,000 to 2,000.
First semester.
Oba
second semester, not 2,000.
That's what we are talking about.
You are within the law.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. Obi. And some of the messages are hard to escape into. I may have to read a few of them. We say, Obi, I take a maximum of 6 months rent advance, and our 1-bedroom self-contained with kitchen, toilet, and bathroom is just 300 per month. And when the rent expires, we always find it difficult to get the money, and some even leave without our consent. And we have to renovate and rent it out again. We have about 14 tenants, and now we intend to take 1 year minimum since Kadano Yadin Pa.
Okay, so let me finalize with this.
Yes.
Obi, in the law, which I'm going to activate.
Okay.
Rent control is supposed to be agents. National agent. The law says open vacant a book.
Yes.
It is a way landlord. Now, who challenger bring your property to rent control to manage on your behalf. Nakoda. Tenant come to rent control and pick it. So that kind of agent in will boom in ho. And when Saudi Arabia rent control, so you are safe.
Yeah.
Because ultimately rent control ka 1 month. Ogana abe odi eka no sign contract. It is just when I bed just bring it. And I'm going to activate that before the year ends.
Yeah.
Which means rent control is now a national agent. It's all diaspora. Not so bagana. Rent control, it will let people come and advertise because some media a ban when I'm no or fully secured. Many a time you don't even see who is the landlord. A system. You all take it to a particular central point. And now you deal with. Didn't say escrow now betum and 30th discipline. So whereby a man for the car when we are managing it on your behalf now, it means exactly 30th for now we need excuse. And what to know.
It's true. So we will say your Simon baby.
Yes, sure.
Na afi your try and common. Samuel Brian Boaben says, "So be the rent commissioner is doing the Lord's work. He should keep it up." Yeah, that's it, papa. But we would have this interview again. Na afi share other emergent matters. The acting commissioner is doing something great. He needs the support of all Ghanaians. #Ekosiisen Alex. Yeah, that's it. Obi, good afternoon. When are you bringing back the former CEO of the Minerals Commission to give us education on his local content there? This inquiry is for myself. Okay, Edwin Medase would do that. We are talking to them and he would do that. Mr. Boku Yedase, we wish you very, very well. You have our support into Bibiania Yenin Komo. Why? I mean, sure. Fantastic. Ekosiisen so ne ehaya Asempa 94.7 FM. Ma menkwa homa so na Yene Professor Isaac Boedini Nkomo, or Executive Director Emma IERPP, and Oye Dean of the Faculty of Accounting and Finance at the University of Professional Studies. Accra. Na yenya no ahoma ne so ayene no ebedi enkomo. If you check online portals, now there is this story. IERPP raises alarm over 600 million Ghana's fuel tax losses, demands tougher enforcement. Prof, akwabe kosi saying suni.
Only.
Yes.
Now what
nyame adom wapo mu ye de.
Nyame adom.
Very well, very well. Now, Mesha, story said the Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy has raised concerns over what it describes as massive revenue leakages in Ghana's petroleum sector, warning that more than 200 million liters of fuel cannot be accounted for between 2020 and 2025. Prof, based on then, I'm arriving at conclusion way.
Yo, Obi, let me say, Ekoi Institute, Asempa, I feel boss. Shemu and Sana DBB Atuja. You're chancing on about 6 different reports. And yes, refer data near Shumu Kakra. Now, Obekai is saying the world first report, a World Bank 8.
Hello? Hello? Okay. I think Prof. Ahomanatiko will read the lines and get him back. Nafi, Yaneno Atwa, Sutia, Ubitimi Edward Jintre, Abre, on all the issues I yedi hon komo 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. Into Professor Isaac Buedin and no Edin Komoa Ahomano Ateko would work the lines, get him back near no every young Komoa na yedi. But there is some good news. I was saying a TFO in so eche my bo New Crystal Hospital intervention ekoso assignment who they remember na yatoa. So Prof. Hello?
Yo.
Aha, yeah, Prof. Ahomano Ateko into twaso mame.
Aha. You're chancing on 6 different reports. Now, you have to go and you Kakra. Now, first report says a World Bank's 8 Ghana economic update on the Tuja. So, Ghana's tax collection average, a year 13.2% of our GDP between 2017 and 2021. A chance of money you produce goods and services are. They acquire a buying hall and a tax on a 13.2%. A chance the average among the peers about 20%. The same report, World Bank at the 2024, so the Ghana's estimated tax capacity. Tax are able to make as of mine your capacity about 21.2% of our GDP. And the difference of about 8, your capacity power with major taxes, and the above to Numa hospitals, schools, at 21.1%. Now, your chances on a seaboard report. Seaboard report, but told Jameson William of Fidium of JFM about 200 million liters of fuel cannot be accounted for, resulting in more than 600 million in lost tax revenue. And I now oversight bodies be say PIAC on the leakages of Tuja. And therefore a sector report between 2025 and 2026. And the last report I saw a petroleum product analysis report for 2025. Now 2025 report every told you actually some petroleum product report also weak by operational failures, weak enforcement systems, lack of real-time tracking, breakdown in stock reconciliation, which is automatic tank gauging system, absence of revenue assurance. Now, Obi, I am not sometimes report but Toja. I done
table high and 2 bossy. Yen person share report. You can one day. Near Koda. Now, my main chance for Nikitomi show say Ghana between 2019 2019 to 2024, yet revenue growth started 43.9 billion. Yanku year 2024 no. Nienya almost 153.6 billion. HSA you chum over 200% between 2019 and 2024. HSA yakoye numbebre our growth. You recorded leakages beer. Now within that period, no, 2024 revenue, total revenue, yes, the money is in the target. You're targeting 146 billion. And in year 153.6 billion. I just say your growth, your over performance, about 5.2%. Now the same 2025, as I report to you told Jay. 2025, you achieve your target. Your actual target are 189 against a target of 201. I say 2025 for almost about 11 months to 12 months. On my your revenue as a result of leakages, inefficiencies in the system. Your target I was in here. And you should say, Ghana cannot absorb revenue leakage again. Baby, you do. You hear hospital. You hear roads. You hear Asempa. Now, report not saying, sir, within the ports, the upstream and the downstream, leakages are costly. And now, report you see over Tuja. So we cannot account for 200 and something liters. Now, officer report now, or such say, a dear question say, within the same period, no, what was the game changer between 2019 and 2024? And then a society, it means growth over 200%. What contributed? And then as you know, so called portal, you will never be brio, your ERDMs, your MPR platform, your ICOMs. All these institutions were there before and after. So what is accounting for these leakages? And the question we say, at here for baby sir. So from 2019 to 2024, on mining increase your revenue over 200 days of growth. A single year in 2025, you are dropping our revenue target. You are recording leakages at the port and upstream. So question is say game changer no then Belgian report now was actually the idea I was say officer report now what you at the report here was say the petroleum product analysis report no I was here you making sure that we track every liter reported by a chamber we should track every liter. For tracking systems. Revenue assurance in you. Your bad then it may increase your revenue. I'm on buying Linya. You see a dear product. Also, only Jerry focus a few minutes ago. Let me tell you. Question and visa say. Near car platforms are burning on a year up for Newman a year. The revenue assurance is a fundamental bit more tracker for all this revenue leakage. It will be when they made this report to Betuja.
Oh, okay. When you call on government, say, and improve enforcement, what do you mean practically? Then what's our buying here in the menim here?
We say, the old system you use. We say we had revenue assurance. Technology is very important. If I say trackers idea, reported by Lankasa from the chamber, or the idea betuja. We have revenue leakages, structural issues. Now, a bad day to me, they are quite anymore. Me tell you, say, I do can see a pie dimu. I bet for Noma. You ensure, say, your revenue assurance system. Because if you didn't know my work port, as if we are here, can say, they have no revenue assurances. They are platform for trading. Integrate me at tracking a loss, the leakages. How do you track it? Enforcement of the revenue assurance system is a key.
Yeah, but the revenue assurance systems, so controversies, a tie a bahon. So sometimes, no, a value for money. We've been here before. Yeah, this uncommon way that. Why do you think, say, it will be the solution?
Obviously, and same of court in even personal coffee break.
Sure.
Now, the American said figures of the Maui. 2019 to 2024. Why increase revenue almost 250%? Satana then an hour. And it's say 2025, then an hour. That's a typical numbers here. Won't be Jerome Kakra. That's a game changer.
Sure. Very well. Prof, that's it for this timely information. What they are bring any Ghana for you now. Bibiani, best ever be doing comobio. Why?
Papa, you're a
we are brutal. We that's Papa. Ekosiisen is the higher Asempa FM. Mama Yentie, we mraya bar. Your discussion segment no air to amos. Ekosiisen Suni. Stay with us.
Na last year you're massive. I feel DJ. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. 30th May. See Havana Bay Day. Tama Bay Day. Wine and edge. I feel UEFA Champions League. No. Get ready. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. Yes, a match no Giants Chris no. Na ye boss watola. Eti market date no calendar ne so. 30th May. Ye shouty Havana. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. Powered by Adum FM. Emi Adum TV. Nimekuwa so yasene. Nasco. Bring home happiness. Soccer bet. Your best bet for sports betting. The digital if Kiss Condom. Start with Kiss Condoms and go smooth with Kiss Strawberry Gel. The Havana Park and Restaurant. Great tradition, great entertainment. The STV. Feel every moment.
Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
As the Chief Financial Director of SBA Holdings Limited, payments from clients flow like magic through Stanbic Pay.
From school fees to utilities, government and statutory payment to investment, insurance payment, Hajj payment, and more. Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life. No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic.
Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience.
Just visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 030-340-9212 or 055-676-0683 to get started.
Africa
Deep pepper purple. Didi purple. Enti sa wo to mackerel aye weduane a. Na wato Africa Queen mackerel. Na we chewe no mu keke. Lampankwa.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth.
Oh, Fabia, now what you will say, and who did you know?
Mom, Patros, I toothpaste not that the buyer no. Send me the chimney, and no me no shame, and I'm able to know me.
Wait, your excuse. Abo Fratie, what sorry, no pa. It was say what the tree was say. And son, where did you? Now, no, so Ediana Yanisri. What you say?
Yes, ma'am. Medical Kids toothpaste now, or the buy and run, and they treat me soon.
Why are dear? Cal Kids toothpaste, dear. Yeah, mamma, fat is someone maybe in fear me, you opimum fiancia.
Name it the dead, that's a strawberry. Now you be me dimple.
Debbie, ye need a toothpaste. Enye tofe why? Yes say the Kel Kids toothpaste. Bema mofra wedi emfie mienu kopi memfie nsia de atwetwere wo mo se. Every say eboa ese a emu abotokro ana ahye epamomwawa ehase na mana hoden mapa. Me bomoden say me the Kel Kids toothpaste bema me metwetwere wo mo se. Abribia Kel Kids toothpaste. Emma mofra si twetwere ye ni jese.
Kel, happy smile. Hello, lady in the Wagadri. Na me was not for what you just said.
My hi, your friend me Pamela. Mr. Mami mobile app details na yen fan travel to me bio.
Ana me Crawford was to say me free fee.
Hello, customer experience. You're blocking my account, Mr. Mami pin number na me unblocking.
Ebenum dia ho pepre to me feed imo.
Mr. Click the link what text message I send one se Ciara. Na ya upgrade won ko yen ATM services for front so.
Na wona manage won ho pa ne wona wo click kane ansa na wo modwene ho. Kano cray like play won crow bit me ato science and fidi mu bo hu ban kai say Ecobank in free ana in send wo email ana message in me sa pin OTP bank card ana Ghana card one semda ma winning now Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Malaria fever, typhoid fever, body and menstrual pain, cold and jointed, loss of appetite, say a punua, Electroland Ghana Limited, yeah, mamu, for our loyal customers, because your loyalty deserves more, yeah, mamu, big rewards for you and me, from Accra to Tamale, all over Ghana. Electroland, yeah, #1. Just buy your favorite Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO Electronics from any Electroland showroom or authorized reseller store nationwide. Dial *928*8888# or go to register.electrolandraffles.com and enter our weekly and monthly draws and stand a chance to win big. From TVs, ACs, fridges, gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers, mobile phones, and more rewards just for you. Approved by MLA Caritas Platform. Electroland Ghana Limited. Rewarding your loyalty the big way. Terms and conditions apply.
Na ede na ya obeyi oda former son ye funu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry also yare ya titi be benfie pi nanso ne yemu nyono da se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe ya ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture ya no mbom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada ulcer dro de eno ne Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture
ankom ni nchiremu
ulcer ye kura eto ye funu ene ensunu mu etumi a wo ye funu ekeka wa wo gire ho a enyi ulcer etumi e ma wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye ulcer de a kope Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture na no mbom na ho ebeto
pedudu eto a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apinfo abatan ya wama won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfie dumienu enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
all satan for edie age edwadie nkrato yi atom.
Na last year you're massive. I feel DJI. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. 30th May. See Havana Bay Day. Tama Bay Day. Wine and edge. I feel UEFA Champions League. No. Get ready. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. Yes, a match no giant screen so no. Na ye boss watola. Eti market date no calendar ne so. 30th May. Yes, shouty Havana. Asempa from UCF Fun Day. Powered by Adum FM. And Adum TV. Nimekuya so yasene. Nasco. Bring home happiness. Soccer bet. Your best bet bet for sports betting. The digital Efedini Kiss Condom. Start with Kiss Condoms and go smooth with Kiss Strawberry Gel. The Havana Park and Restaurant. Great tradition, great entertainment. The STV. Feel every moment.
Chedia Casio. Electroland Ghana Limited, yeah, mamu. Chedia Casio for our loyal customers. Because your loyalty deserves more, yeah, mamu. Chedia Casio pa. Big rewards for you and me from Accra to Tamale, all over Ghana. Electroland, yeah, #1. Just buy your favorite Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO Electronics from any Electroland showroom or authorized reseller store nationwide. Dial *98*8888# or go to register.electrolandraffles.com and enter our weekly and monthly draws and stand a chance to win big. From TVs, ACs, fridges, gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers, mobile phones, and more rewards just for you. Approved by MLA Characters Platform. Electroland Ghana Limited. Rewarding your loyalty the big way. Terms and conditions apply.
Na last year you massive. I feel DJI. Asempa from UCF Sunday. 30th May. See Havana Bay Day. Tama Bay Day. Wine and edge. I feel UEFA Champions League. No. Get ready. Asempa from UCF Sunday. Yes, a match no Giants Chris no. Na ye boss watola. Enti market date no calendar ne so. 30th May. Yes, shouty Havana. Asempa from UCF Sunday. Powered by Adum FM. And Adum TV. Numekuya so yasene. Nasco. Bring home happiness. Soccer bet. Your best bet for sports betting. The digital Efedini Kiss Condom. Start with Kiss Condoms and go smooth with Kiss Strawberry Gel. The Havana Park and Restaurant. Great tradition, great entertainment. The STV. Feel every moment.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
AH Africom Travel and Tours is calling you for an unforgettable 2026 FIFA World Cup experience in Canada, USA, and Mexico. Come travel, share, and explore together in style. Package includes round-trip international flights, travel insurance, match tickets to all 3 Ghana games, comfortable shared accommodation, and single occupancy for the VIPs. Visa assistance, guided sightseeing across all host cities, daily breakfast and dinner. Transportation to all match venues. Standard package $9,300, VIP package $14,000. There is also a fly now, pay later package for corporate entities. Enjoy a seamless, all-inclusive football experience with fellow fans. No stress, just pure excitement. Contact AH Africom Travel and Tours on 059-6374-618 or 050-7344-211 or visit our office at GA-084-3114 Agostino Neto Street, Airport Residential Area opposite the Diplomatic Shop, Accra. Limited slots available. Book now to secure your place. AH Africom Travel and Tours, your trusted partner for unforgettable journeys.
Over 1900 matches brought us to the football finals month. But history doesn't care about the journey. It only remembers how it ends. The Premier League, Betway Prem, UEFA Champions League, Serie A, La Liga, and more. 8 trophies, 1 month of mayhem to decide them all. Stay connected and watch GoTV to catch the football season finale this May. It's on.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Africa Green Tea,
Deep pepper perco. Not deep purple. It is a water mackerel I would drink. No, what Africa Queen mackerel. The witch shower no keke. Lompakwa.
Say a banner electrical appliance.
appliances baby baako pe na obinya de papa na ne buof Franco smart TVs every 32 Ekosiise 100 inches air conditioners washing machines blenders microwaves kettle cooking stoves sanso wo CCTV cameras any crystal clear never phones any accessories abi you know dada Franco number 1 Buru Franco shop be a benwo nekwajo electrical appliances ya tete small first 0246 422 338 and 0555 939311 and www.francotrading.com ubetimi ako app store any play store no download Franco app Franco still phone papa is here.
Hello, Medindi Wagadri. Na mei was anti-sama for what you just said.
Hi, your friend me Pamela. Mr. Mami mobile app details na yen fan travel to me bio.
Ana me Crawford was so say me free fee.
Hello, customer experience. You're blocking my account, Mr. Mami pin number na me unblock you.
Ebenum dia ho pepre to me feed imo.
Mr. Click the link what text message I send one say Ciara. Na ya upgrade won ko yen ATM services for front so.
Na wona manage won ho pa ne wona wo click kan ne ansa na wo modwene ho. Can no cray like play won't crow bit me out of sales and fidimo bon who buy kai say Ecobank ain't free and I send you email and I messaging me sao pin OTP bank card and I Ghana card one semda ma winning now Ecobank the Pan-African Bank.
Sami sorry no pa. Kel chako toothpaste na me de twitwi me se. E ma me confidence de muni nyina.
Se wushia ama na me sifit guso na me sre a. Ye wanwan me de Kel chako toothpaste ene twitwi me se. Obo ade ni pa e wo bidie mu no. Ene e dia ye Kel chako toothpaste. E boy sen ho ban e free mowa e boy sin mu tokro. E se a hye ene enumunka. Sure se amani Kel chako toothpaste so nie. Yet center for.
Media magical chako toothpaste atubu. Me suna no pa na dwa me kodano. E ma me sinye fita. Confidence level kwasro entibi nama na me si 32 ni nyina guso.
Enkane no ania maame num di bidie twitwi yese no asaya bebie mu o bidie wo Kel chako toothpaste mu no MSC fita e mana hoden ne sayi nka bia mo wonum ye hwam enunti mo amonom coffee wine any tobacco e kamo seso no abama mo Kel chako toothpaste sankofa yenchi
Kel happy smile
FDA aje edwedie nka to ya to mo.
Asempa FM.
Oribo! Ekosiise! Asempa FM. Ekosiise! Asempa FM.
Ekosiise Bonsu awo Asempa de brane mama obi som
Masomo Asempa FM Ekosiise dwumedie no asuguso a wotie na ma yenamu nyina ase ne yensan mama kwaba emfa momra dwumedie yi eso ye de discussion segment ena eto amoso yemre no ekoyie papa ba nyame adom abedwafo mienu na ba be cancer e wo studio ha in the next 45 minutes no ye de discussion segment eto amoso ene the big stories de ekoso efa NPP won Agona West constituency organizer and very important in common so any rent control commissioner and as the rent commissioner of Ghana AD very important conversation. It throws out a lot more conversation points ama yetimi edi enkomo. But let me remind you, sir, New Crystal hospital any assignment municipal assembly jumedi omudi assignment rising in good health campaign omuguso any the zonal councillor omodu Gbemi zonal council so far yewie amoya jo zonal council nti ye Gbemi zonal council wobetimi ahwe na wakọ na free screening omoye no wonso akwakwakwa bi omoye ama over 50,000 residents of Assignment and its surrounding communities in the area. Gbemi zonal councillor all the other councils are canebet was May to June the year Gbemi a free July ni yako Black Pachona yebeko Chinagbe yebeko Mamomo yebeko Mancheman and all the other councils no would follow obesa utimun semu ya 0544 347 239 and ye screening for the top killer diseases in Ghana at the moment hypertension, diabetes, obesity and kidney related issues whole screening and free in the Munshanenso Electroland Ghana and so say ye weekly and monthly big rewards we a special World Cup promotion Oba ye hona beto any product say Samsung, TCL, Media, Nasco, obeto ewe yenkwa from any of our authorized dealers uko in showroom ekokotwa ni nyina no o kwan say obe enter this weekly and monthly draws. Ekoye papa idekoto LED smart TVs, air conditioners, double door fridges, auto grill, gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers, microwaves, blenders, mobile phones. Okokotwa uya no dial star 928 star 8888 hash. Or you can go to register.electrolandraffles.com. Now I enter a weekly and a monthly draws. It's approved by the NLA on the Caritas platform. Electroland Ghana Limited, rewarding your patronage the big way. In the moment, if you are looking for quality homewares from Italy, then look no further. Imaros Home Decor Kofa. Quality homewares about Ariston, brand new Ariston, Ariston water heaters, water taps, kitchen sinks, WCs and more. Yeah, amount 40% discount, a special promotion a Otoya new many been so nationwide delivery. Yeah, the bebro will be a wobia. Ye showroom one cry, Hano Ebe, Kantanka Automobile Showroom, Ewa Chimota, Kumasan Suya Patasi Police Depot, Ewa Genasi Road. Don't miss out on this glorious opportunity. Only Imaros and Kasa, ye number ya bosso ewa ha trotoho 0559 650 682 0559 650 682 na only yen into me any enkomo maame ma bedwafo na kwaba na afei yemfa nkomo no enhye so Richard ahiagba ekasa ema NPP Richard akwaba idi puli akonyale bese kaka bibia yeboko
obi enya boko sa se what is abai sori achiche nkwa eneno Ghana no ntumi nkasa there's a dum wankasa light now also dum so aba na yamecho
Nano nunti no moche no. So far ye nim officially the reason.
Omonkai, nti adenti na omonkai. Wakwachi obi adenti a oche nipa no wonka. Besi na nti omonka de endimu no.
Na mo de be
na de can for now. But see President Mahama ya de from Oshasi I think apart from so I president no contributed to the consolidation of Ghana democracy apart from being the president. And you know and then moi with the president Bako I said dimbi no we say obekofi akwa hom jema be statesman no I say otumi ma etrima reflect positively on the record so nyoma we no me nji ndi say ono na asoma so monkochi we mbra but what wonim say dia ade na esete the way the cookie crumbles is that wa ban emu ne echichiri ba enti enko wie chiri no ayewo na oye ko far by it is we president here chichiri pasa na wonte na the biggest opposition party ya catch say ye chi enipo ye chi enipa de bia no I say nipa no ni boni bia ni say ye democracy free speech and ye democracy free speech no how we need democracy wonya democracy without free speech. Inti ya the chrono democracy no and I undermine no. Inti to the extent say no ma way see president onya briefing dey bia security form briefing dey bia. Inti so wansoma omokora no awate say akwakoche obi. Etene say democracy mu ye kasa keke.
But ebi so now on kasa because the reason for his arrest may be genuine. Ade bia wa committed crime be munim.
And yes, the any money say or say doom so aba. Because on Korea will be a
we sure.
And we be as and
be a complaining as a unya way.
There will be a complaint as a baby in Ati Okuya will be a dear. A national security for your crowd about you or police for Okrumo Yade. Well, what is that? Now, apart from a Sando, David Sando, as every way, yes, started teaching apart from 7 January, President Ohui. As a social media for the sorry, achieve on tea. Into a yash has say, almost say, opening with Fina and Colari Nanka,
Ibunanka for
Okahu, or no crown as one was on Mongori. Bajodas, yes. Enti we no president on to me pretend. Yes, Reno. Any idea make say onim or no shitri see enye. But ye ni na ekoba nyina ye no oni dimu. Enti so wan kahwe dia. Na me say the silence no is complicity, is endorsement, is enabling. Say omon koso nkoye. Na dia we ensem fata. Say MPP na ye ase eka. So no na ban mu any yes I see making sure say ya catcher no jai because we no enye ade say wo no oboju so a na we say mempe a constitution in say allow for free speech a right which is protected enti no the anybody say or say doom so has come indeed doom so is here.
A lot more people have said that say doom so ababa yenche.
Yes, anti no then
it may be something different. And
no. The anymore no. Say we publish it as our board be so billboard be so said Dumusaba and Ura say it's needless. In fact, baby I was say no. Mebru nye juma ye. What promises about 24-hour economy one year. Also we spending 15.6 billion at the inflation about from price stabilization ye cost of living cost cocoa for what cocoa so for the first time we are back we are take cocoa so and what we are hearing is that sisi imukran yentum pajo they say why yes and you ma we that come man for tete the least they can do is to vent vent your democracy boy also won't say say won't say democracy no na ye kofa ba no mante omonim na kasa omo kan kromo abini nti Mr. President yes raw de akoba nyida no yanyina ye ho edro ne ye democracy de ye nti ase ma ye nsesa no obi mfa eni ha be shek o kruma be kasa kora ntumi nka no ye right and a democracy no be ye kama ye te ho ase say yen Ghana fo ne ye di etumi ahye obi nsa na ebinu mu nsa so mo mfa hwe kuro so tumi na ida so mo say nya omodia enya omodia omo fa mranya adwuma no munyai said your moha omani say a canny passion sano and you mobia.
Before coming to the studio, no when your feedback be from our colleagues that call police headquarters now.
Yes, but nothing definite at this point.
Still baby or what?
Yes, at this point, and nothing definite. And you see that is very disturbing. But what I say, very, very disturbing. Now the end they say democracy way no baby abe duro no. Be sign apimako nedi. Enti e chire no nipa bi suasua kai. Say the idea way ebe ye omani yi anase de bese no enti president yesrew pa sebi ade ye ndibu se anya ade a wo no be support but o silence no aya ba be say wo ka ho bi na omo ye enti kasa na ka tro mo se omo nyai de omo ye no so omo de settle mo personal scores bi a enye Ghana to me no mo de be sa so omo obi a omo bone no be so omo settle score mo fa court na nya se be use state power the silence a man for Ghana. Yentie, Semre be a mu President Rollins at her, a man penny 4 track room ha, and Asempa 4 track room. I say, so yebewu kuranoa, yebewu. Na no namoso mayenya democracy na, and yet net yenina get used to democracy no, and now this archichi ever silence will be, and ye juman ye juma china. The president, yes, raw need ye kwaso, say Bakasa, Masadi. etwetwa na ye democracy o Ghana ha mana ye fe Ghana onim ze obi ye democracy ye nipa bebre akono
yes
ye nipa bebre akono okokoko amama ya twa enwehia even in America, you know, the effort to contain free speech more president be da on also so na adwuma ya yi but what I say but in Ghana no globally no we have attained that repute to say your democracy no is functionally free. I am out for to me can yajuni I go for ado or your president then yanka krumu ha ya kai enti say yakoye nimu kakra no a yenko so nkoye nim ma yenko echi enti yes Mr. President
Mate lawyer Bernard Bedi Akobedu ye MP Akwatia constituency honorable akwaba na pom te saying
obi nyame adom ho
ya da nyame ase adom ya ne kra nkakra
chia ne wapamfoni
Mate the opposition is alleging say as a the state authority hunhuna wa mododo mo komo kasaboa ashe wonyem and they cite the recent example of a constituency organizer or machino omunim why he's being kept omunim baby OCC and all of that unya access to a lawyer and all of that worrying no
you be that you be not that say you be a very nice conversation
yes
Mze me hwe me brain o kasa about 10 minutes
CCA
obi out na ya on ti so
that's fine
yanya ne kama obi ntimi nka ase obi you see personally before say yes say kasa no say ye the normal kasa obia e kamenchia wetifo ne ahwefo ene akwati aman amenchia his excellency John Dramani Mahama ne mpanifo na pamfo every day to me amo na nyame adom o di djuma according to senior catcher Ghana phone pepe in fact ya na em wan wakakra ya na nka amanyofo ye kansem sa ye nya to me na ye bibi different but that is not what we are seeing. In fact, for a president in the Fourth Republic, ebitumi akase san komozi ye ministers bebre dodono aba. This is the first president in this republic. Okase on so ministers more than 60 so di so. Make a controversial niama yi nkomo ayi di okrum ha na nso. Ya yentimi hyeda anya ho bibia. For the first time we had a president that was I won't do beyond 60 and then put less than 60. Legal education bill.
Yes.
Yenya yenim komo akoso as yenya pepi any problem no. But na solution no aba be problem. Because no be through. But this is the president who says I will fix it. Some monopoly no be yefio. And 1 year and a few months. Wetimi aye winning processes firm ye buy ya na started but the processes be brave when it's been assented to some monopoly na wo ho no and free homa faculties be brave berane program no. It is not, we are also, let me point out, say we are never sacrificing quality here. Because at the end of the day any schools no na ebe quality lawyers they would still have to sit.
Of course, for the final by
exam. And so not BBN say just that a be quite say nipa be brain na training no. But who gets called, it depends on your performance, which you agree.
Yes.
And so as I say this is a president who spoke about nuisance tax. Bako or say ye levy and yadi papa and stand my first budget. At the time near Kwama no Nekra Kwako Bobby says Mamunsiha. It's a fact. Say yes, Mahakra Yamau. Economy a DJ no. Yaka cradi to be 28 to be Bobby Siambio. But Ninia Muno see 11 me ye free. Me first time, Minko Bobby Sianswa Heya, Metric Ghana. De free education, Ejai. Ye crying ye. Name fast as the meaning affiliation
Asempa FM
Davis a GS penny and you Haruna Idrisu school back where woman persuaso my prayer na day school a boadua presec omo dia betu manim yenia bosumi bia na boa kakra because o ma fan kola o mo ye borders but na system no so no omo nya ntini ya na feeding kola na nyame adom asatenra no oma mom that status no e mom abe boarding ene ehun facilities ese ekubie beko na omotimi aye ti obi ye da mampanyi ase na eya na kuremu no da bia na meka no minim principle aye operate si yakase obi ye niema enye wa wo don se kire obi so se wo ye niema enye na wabisa ho nsem ko ye kurei ye womra sabi ye baha ye be kasa de bia empensen na NDC ni MPP omu free ha reps ye baha no omu free ha police be chiwi but we criticize you can't some but what is the police invite you be there but you are a lawyer sa ye mra false publication I woman no it is in Act 29 of 1960 enye ye wura Kufuor ne be hihye surely enye ye wura John Dramani Mahama so na de bai this has been there except ye kase ye pese ye lawless and as ye pese ye repealia we know the processes but the way mrem na media bia meka yes ye kasa but we must also be a bit responsible obi you dey ye kan o we should allow free speech but you see obi so integrity
is at stake.
It's at stake.
But in this specific case, we don't know why.
We are speaking general. Remember how? Say yenim niente no na eme wan wakra say. Say ye namwa say police in your majuma. Ye chi obi akeka na politicians at yesim just because they can nipa ni kra political position. I mean that's not fair. Let's get to find out.
But if you're arresting somebody, the law is clear. Say what's all many penny.
But
why
he's being arrested at the time. Almost fan on why na newo. Wetimi aka say yan can chere no say ade we ntini arrested. So let's not make that in the first place because the moment you say that na SNC yemu bia nso ni omo akasa ameti omo obi anu ano. And apart from and the law prescribes say a lawyer for and a party for me ni say a party sem. But what are we even be? So nya boni be a police for ma wasting time on. Yeah, we have important things to deal with. But so I boni so the amni so be so nko flow.
Oh sure.
So and our police no. So much na mpa dia. Police because police for I confirm so much.
Statement be am.
Let me put it in a very says so much na mpa. They should have a course. Pair drama bia madam for lawyer be social victory. Ye nya ni pani we are na fe hero. I mean this we don't need it. We don't need it. But so why born so they should take him through the process on the right. Omo hwe say the right ni nya obi made available to him and then we take it from there. This should not even be a matter for mienti ya na abeye a discussion for all of us no. Because just obi bibia because all political party munti no ni edimirika na yakwa akotare. Meanwhile, mo mpanifo na mo ta akire no. Mo kasa wo krom hapa. But obi invite you. It tells you because if to ampasa and say obi person target MPP are these the people we will go after.
No, so big fish is
so big fish then will be invited. So let's take our time. But you say you're interested in crying and you put in and say then aba. And when you have me know. You cannot sit on national television or radio Asempa FM. Now postulate it to say Adi abadi bin seed.
But we have to make progress.
So say it. Say any ayafum. For all I've sent. What you can say coming kebi. Kiyewe yana kiyekoyedim. I've been on show with other people who we need to be considered. We agree on a few things. But you see, when you come out like this, say, near Koson, near Chichen Crawford, really? Dr. Asem Fufro, Unyamin Fanny Crenzy. And then, share XYZ, Abranti, Bene, and then, even a Fidia so our Kenzem, Yanchin Gruma, Captain Smart. Yanchin Kroma, Apia Stadium, Yanchin Kroma, and Mofra, Omo Koka and Semtia or Rekufad members so. Ye debondenizeum. Bashes never Yakaso Muntrob wasi from home. Bashes by and a president T and a Messan Mecano. Because me need evidence just a president a Cassie and Chio. You see, that is the way to go. Babe Jana Kasa John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency in Akasi and Conco Chiobia. I don't know how to describe that statement because me ni evidence bi say chia ye che
o say omampanyin kasa idea ye akwa ye say ono na share
na eno de bi say na nka wo ti asefa how does omampanyin even come here because me tia no
it says government
it mean kasa ye che nkofo e chi omo e wo president Kufuor bresu ye Tamapia stadium fee Kumase e his excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Kufuor na so ma say enkoche no and then they different. You see where we are going. You see, Sasana person a argument in India. So for be a threaten. And yet Sanya man not threaten Jane Mensa. Ya mame and ye a yura Kufuor. Oko dem. Kremu. And some me one list in the say yamo bon chramwa. But Ujitum say we should make progress. But obi can't young Missa young can't see and make progress. Your chrome ha ya what tallest of people who were arrested under his excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Kufuor for speaking. And someone can me imagine hanka. It be nye. But say be nyani a chi omwenra. And not you justify a free speech which you allow. Let's stop this. But you see, Obi, me masamo de bia me can say. You will mra wo krimu. Semra ne nye mayen. Yen hwe ne
we know what to do.
Okay. But yen repeali na semra ne wo ho a we should allow the law enforcement agencies no so
it is after the repeal of the criminal libel law no what state prosecutors are sought to do to rely on, as you said, I think section 278 27
is it
at 29
at 29 I think
278
no
278 okay
I think it's
but publication of false news intended to create fear and panic. So, but now the new layer, the Electronic Communications Act.
You see, that's fine. But you do not even know me who charge it.
No, but
me who say forecast because I know barrier. Then who say emrade badave. Electronic.
I think 2015.
Yes, I think around that period.
Yes,
but there is an act in 1960.
Sure.
I think it's 230 or so. No.
The argument has been said the wording of the Act 29 for general application. By Electronic Communications Act near specific. It once you post on post you on Facebook or send a WhatsApp or kasa radio once I will use a digital platform then you fall under that.
They have that discretion. Or more discretion
to use it at 29 or
29. You can't say it's strictly they should use. They can't because you see, and we are general.
Yes.
So, of course, you kind say the criminal and other offenses. It's a criminal code in it. I kind of say it's an offense to publish. And you ought to. You see, Obi, the reason is this, and any day I think that law should. Yeah. Answer no be abaya man yourself more on the life and somebody be on I've heard elsewhere if it's true assembly obet me aka e be family home media be am testing but it can affect my daughter it can affect my son. Let's not do this.
But there is a reason why we struck out the criminal libel
Debbie, and you
there was a reason.
What was the reason?
We'll check it out.
Yeah, maybe I also say here.
What was the reason?
The reason was to make sure the guaranteed right of freedom of expression is not curtailed.
And it's absolute?
No, it is not.
So there should be a check. Nobody may say, will show you.
The check is that you can institute civil action.
No. But you see, civil action, but as it is now, there is also a provision in our criminal statute.
Yes.
Say
when you publish false news.
The tendency to me
create fear and
panic. It doesn't end where it should have that tendency. So the prosecution would have to prove that tendency and also right in the way. For me, whether they succeed
or not
is a different matter. But it doesn't also take away the fact that there is that law and it has to be used. It is all about responsibility.
That's fine.
Let's just be careful the way we go about things.
That's fine.
But then your first time, look, I have a tall list of people who are arrested.
Richard, the opposite.
I think I just got information, sir. David Asandon, Oma releasing.
Okay.
And I may check what the basis is for.
The arrest in the first place.
No, I'm yet to get that information. But what I'm getting is that Ijano.
Okay.
I think it's most likely on bail, pending further investigations.
Sure.
You see, Obi. Say yeah democracy. Na yeah koyenim. Now, first of all, some of the kind of man can say President President Mahama na shechiri but okasa and I say Osei Amayoko no where Amayoko na was to say NDC no and the government of the buck stops with the president.
Sure.
So he has ultimate responsibility for the good and the bad. And inti yachi ubi enra obeka Akufo-Addo abreso. Banya Akufo-Addo na sumaze ngochi ubi. In conclusion, and they say the silence of the president of the matter. Either say why silence actively or passively, but once at the end air koso. It is at his instance. That's the point we're making. To be President Mahama na wasuma ubi. But I find it very troubling. Say bibinti ya tuabama. Na when ya to me. Na debia ye kase. Nyoma wo enra ye okaye magana focus o sesa na de no call ye dia ene ye nsan to masa amanyoko no na ya to ama wo na waba na sa de kro no e koso ne ye ka wo say enra bisi nti ade nti na ye to abama wo nti sa ye ben ene ye paint ye to abama wo because e koso enra no wanye din o se de ametra America say wo ka say nye demonstration kra mo ye chairman for call police headquarters no mo call board dompemo ho rally police headquarters say ya nka mo anya ne sa enti yemfa ne say nunti na kana photo ababi maamo na mo aba abemu now you are doing the same thing ye ka o se enra sienti enti enra sienti ade ne ato abama wo you understand that logic no it doesn't help your cause. It doesn't help the cause of our democracy. Enti say obi aye na adwene say de bia e beka asem ano ka so no abisi and I say wonya ready say obeko enim wonya ready so wabo aban because our argument no yen as Ghana for no we will not take that to be okay because bibinti na to abama o enti say the chronic to abama o say koso dia na ye koya na say ye buy. That's the point. Enti wo yes ade na aye say wonya asem bi na wo ka Obi, which are take my way, I won't be because argument are all no and wow.
Asempa.
But me I can feel good so makama ke bi akire no wa ka wi enti no ekosi sen. Se wa kasa no fa so ben wenya because nipa na ya che no. Ne busuafo ne nkofo mu nim se ade we enye no. Enra bi a asi ya wo ka ya ato ya adwuma ye to abama no. Oh yes ade kro no. Enti de tell say ye besa akoyechi. But I got twama abandada na kire say wo ntro na wodi ye because wo say wo ye osoro abofo enti nipa me ne ti o ye bonsam nti wo a osoro abofo no me nto abama ya to abama na de bonsam na wo say o ye no I may ento ma no ya to ma de o ye no eno na wo ye nti this difference be the wo enti sa asem de ye ka say omo nto mobo na ye ka asem amokomochi na mokeka sa asem yi ye futupa de ma se muntie bia tore bia moni development asem bia bakati no
because mo san pay abanmu aba no wo say omo bom record e tre Ghana for
na ye record de enye new say we see ye nra no o google abehu me ba but wo no a wo ba no wo say wo ba wo de clean record de ba enti na ma da no ye ka Bank of Ghana say bi ya abom so omo hu de omo kai because asem no so wasem papa bi kafa ho a ade na aba no won kire mu papa bi ma on ko kire enko ka ntire asem because wo wasem paka kire nipa so woni asem paka kire nipa na wo ko chi hwe ma bobra o but ye say o wa bobra anye se wo na aka kire ye ese ye hunu nti wo ko chi aka kire se wo bobra de je se ye hunu dia wa ye nti e wo ko chi ko ka kire nti e futupa but o mu nti e dia ye ya te ase obi e na be se be ka agree kasem bi obi sra wo very important
that's fine and I'm told that publication of false news is provided for in section 208
yes,
of the Criminal and Other Offences Act.
Yes, wakasa 4 minutes
and you also for 4 minutes na membrane
so this is it. Hey ya na esre send ya na eti okrum ha oh na say no ntini eto abama. Let me say on authority. Sa na eti 2016 no. E means bi o.
2016 then they see
Sa brena ye peddle a certain narrative consistently. Emma will be looking to say you saint. Nema Ghana for to aban. That is why we are available. Sanya etie for no there. If we are here, never judge. So what you say? But any day we would expose the very people who are pontificating some ye saints, for who they are. That will never stop us. Because look, they had 8 years on record, they're fresh. They were given the defeat they've been seeing Ghana electoral history, at least in the Fourth Republic. And Nunti said, "Yama meka say yadani Ghana heaven," but they would be hypocritical on your part. Say why you failed, Ubebe never can't say as a sebi. You had a better alternative to it. I don't know Brazwanye. Nanya meme campon so tear me here. I am even a defender of that particular provision. Me I've never so big can be when this Brazil Amochena take him on. This is me. Me make say no anenye. Me say I can critique, but minim so being so integrity is on the line. Obi intimen kasakeke. Se meka na trasa na se nipa no police force say it has the tendency because we are not a lawless country. I have never said so be can before, but the hypocrisy to tear me. I mean make say before nenye. Say if the police had cause, say so mu take you be on for doing that. So be it. Same today. It say ne obi eye boni bi etesa. Me feel say police for nyo modjuma. But you see obi let's talk about obi ni Asempa ka obi ni now who Asempa ka so oba defend your record. You won't talk about today just like that because oba nanka waba chirem yanya breso sadie we yanya bida. That is a credible person speaking. Sadie amoye ni ne yanya ne saye ni say obi so tini American as. So you can't just come and say unim se ho no enye ebon enye. But let me criticize the current same thing, assuming it's even the same. Na Ghana for more and some farmer men can say, me ma be criticizing. No be point to say you were worse. What be can say debut and nothing yet to about this sound. It is always important because in your CPP na ekasa, and your PNC na ekasa. And so if somebody expects President Mahama, every arrest because we chrome high so can that person should go back. No mbisa na buying and yet then President Akufo-Addo say arrest the course to appear stadium ye did the bar ye time you think a Kumasi did the bank right no then a President Akufo-Addo can found. So you see there are times I bet you can say we need Asemka because I'm equally guilty. Okay. And I say obe started by apologizing say ye ni ayaye obi so sa no kan na meka wa and come in kasa say ye ni ayaye let's chart a new path. But you don't come and then say you be refia me yet to say and ya abufi aban ma fe pepepe ne kakra abufi aban niam amaye wo kroma niam amaye wo krom ha no efa acheche ho obi
honorable mama na say 4 minutes na so that's papa Richard messing about on what you want to address 10 minutes na we are honorable so afade o person address 10 minutes na so enti ono so ka na agree in seminar ye ba my name is rent control says who will be kana what can say any other topic and so yes in a Richard you yeah 10 yes near so
12 this year obi
yes
they tell us and on Tuesday ba ha no ye din komo bi about a Greek ministry.
Yes, I remember.
Issue a border on public interest concerning a Greek. They can file a request for information. March 5th and you send here and I follow up for review and you send the 9th April. Under the act, failure to respond, is deemed a refusal.
Yes.
On 2 occasions, the ministry clearly refused some of the information of mine. And then, FIA with a commission.
Okay.
To
the Right to Information Commission.
To order the ministry to issue the information. And also, say be free the next step will be to probably go to court in that year. But whilst we're waiting for this, all along, I said I will wait till I get the information. But the posture is giving me cause to worry, because on the ground, no, there's concern. And then I've spoken to a significant number of extension officers across the country. The last person here, Bianca Sabia Mejuma, the extension officer,
yes,
they have been rendered completely useless under the program. But we share program they are to increase the number of extension officers.
Okay.
But on my own, they are completely not resourced into Omutifi, Omunkoshe. They have sent coordinators to the district. Nothing is happening. Obi, fertilizer. I said the Koma farmers, Anko.
Koi.
So my concern is that an allocation was made, and looking at the budget, I think 2025, about 1.5 billion was allocated for the for economic transformation agenda. And no, and feed Ghana no. Eshim. Enti the request I hear and they say, how much of that 1.5 billion and amodia call toward feed Ghana? Because obi agree idea a critical. On him say season astati because of say sika ni krum. Aya aduane bona akofo mu sika ni krum ntino. Farmers no omo edua banch ne ade me akasa me banch almost about 50 acres at that ye nyan fire sankai. A friend is saying this Chinese companies are more ethanol. Basically that they are supposed to resume say omoto cassava starting this month, May. Fresh ones. I've been calling them every other day. They still haven't started. They don't know when. The ministry has said a boa farmers. One support to them. On one kasa, I want the omodi ye no. Aka efumu ho a obi entumi tonti no. This season no, they are not planting. They are not planting. And this is not a conjecture. This is from the extension officers. Because tractor for no about do ama ono. Omo no on credit.
Yeah.
Enti enough Feed Ghana program. No, I'm interested in it because of the component of the farmer service center.
No.
Because the farmers will have a stable price to pay or fee to pay for the tractors to come and plow for them. But since from last year, I'm sorry, the early part of last year, now they were plowing an acre for about 400. We are feeling quite a year, an acre. Okay, was 600. The northern sector, I think, sometimes cheaper or in our zone. But it's right now, no mobile plow, the coconut that I think somewhere around August last year. No? It was 600 Ghana cedis per acre.
Oh, wow.
You understand? Now, if you are doing cassava and you are ridging it, then you first of all you plow every acre 500. Then you come and then you harrow it 500. The same acreage, and then you now come and ridge it every acre for the same. So every acre piano, you are spending about 1,800 to be able to do that. Enti program na modia base ebeboa farmers to farm and to modernize agriculture. In fact, that's the objective of it. Ebesi neno. Ye hunu se oh ya na se wonye. Na se oh ya ni ye hu a, give us the information. We want to see. Obi. And then tomatoes. Ye odafi Burkina Faso. And I no more ecocofobia breya. Yante Asempa.
Burkina Faso tomatoes and yen nkwani
but some of the program, but so I'm speaking in context.
Okay.
This will be person call a card there call entry more. Or there is free to say it.
That's fine.
But one also solve a problem. Until the one basa solve. Inti dia if also is a fia ba na edi inti omo asemo a omo wo aban mu nne no ene ye ka so omo person omo kan no ade afan omo tuma kan ba ye be kan na de because the omo ye no ene wo ensunsuaso ma Ghana for ne e twemu de e twemu ko ye no as MPP no yen ka say we are perfect but the ye yankasa ya taking stock who say we nanka say any say no we are taking stock. We see from the beginning of the year when the committee now friends recommendation we started implementing say ye guso a ye sua na ye hwe nyoma say chinchim de ye enti say ye momo anya daje e ka kire say dia wo ye na nkoye na onti a ye momo ye tool for say the tool ye na bi nto but wo say onti ase na abako obetena odada mu a and I don't know how to describe was a word to a wise
is enough
so ye ka say also be agrika obi ye many extension officers need be kasa no na me be say okay nti dia wo say mo komo enne no compared to planting for food and job both the original and the phase 2 no ayeye no what is the difference o say sabre no na ye nya resources and no we are not resource at all
extension
officers we say any resource at all and so this is why you hear some information na me cut tomatoes asem no obi say Osei Feed Ghana part of the initiative no to drive the production of tomatoes and I mean who some report I mean as I say they piloted this program in 2025 some 80 communities were supposed to have been brought together some tomatoes that year for information brand because it's information who piloted in 2020 2025 and 2026 you are rolling it out was program a 4-year program and every year be a critical introduction year be anyhow you hit the ground running because a 4-year program every year you must give us account 2025 account no any yes say mo fa mayen I don't understand why ministry no episode the mayen then have to take us through to the commission to get to order them say commission be order mo so be tie so muntie no and they onyankopon but the idea that they will disregard the law in this manner no is beyond me now tomatoes are also be obi Burkina Faso ahwe say omo no masi factory say be process ya add value enti ye hu say omo stock no they will need more enti ye ma obi na o Feed Ghana obi na wo say abocho say still na mo se mo nton maye no yesra mo nton bi maye how in a country where about 40% of the young people are looking for work and they can't find it and I agree the Feed Ghana no the component of it is to create job to modernize agriculture to create jobs tied to the big agenda of economic for economic transformation so there's job in there
but apart from extension officers have you spoken to any colleague farmers almost
Debbie, 10 minutes in my area the truth of the matter is that almost they came to the area some be register yenina farmers nti me dey home
okay
as a farmer in that area me who she maybe MPP but the other farmers around me so when you be they will say it but they haven't the entire district in fact the district where I am working they haven't received it they haven't received it they haven't received it majority say
but under Feed Ghana specifically come can be more farm extension services
and fertilizer the building of the farmer service center and then some other support services to modernize agriculture but the key thing I make can say it's a 4-year program every year account and what we are asking for it is not strange ye part of the 4 and to give us account for the first year. And no, and says a manson.
It's a fair demand.
It's not a manson.
Lawyer, yes.
We mean everyone because these things are right. Yeah, but last week I can't science we pay later make so kind even the year friend the same budget in 2026. A Chireniama Ministry of Budget Statement Agric no Efa Feed Ghana, it's public. Or you see, sometimes a young as animal way no metiase because amanyophobia pesos score point. Nti ni hokrani akofaba. Obi enim.
But we all can say farmer.
No problem. Mo dem am come asem. Etiefu etie obi nim fertilizer dodoa in 2025 ministry no chair even as at the mid of 2025 these are records a wo ho opeso hu obi but also wa file RTI intimate say brew sending saka ye bitumi ahwe media ne emehwe me de ne emehwe ne emeka say ministry no you focused omo yo madwuma yie pa in fact the dividends ni ehu no but sometimes there na contradiction no na edoso e wo mafem because you see these are the same people say yenye hwe but they end up saying said duane na bu by yenya atofo. You don't hear this?
Musa aduane bu
ejom ni omunya ni pento. You don't hear this? This is what is happening. Say aduane no e wo ho na ka ni pe beto yento ade. Oh, this even mentioned something like that.
What I've heard is almost say yento ade be oni o mabu ayedin.
Yento wonte say bro yesi yenya ni pento. E wo ibunu ho. Omunkate ani binze obi edwuma
yenya ni panto.
Almost yento.
A reason here then say edoso dodo.
Well say wo home say yento. Enya no na ma buffer stock come up pay up. Sa excess ade wo dwom ni ane asebwe say nya asem we secret. See yenya hwe a nkempie say. Eti na enwanwa and ne nka me chirem bebre akwa chire bad ne ma tiri se si ama me ha me ho kran kan so say nkokon kete district bi o a omunya.
So omunya o mon kokko de.
Minim district konko bodin a me a mehwe very fancy ye free house district be omodi eno de me amama.
Richard, would you want to put the name of the Central? Okay, that's fine.
Obi yeah because minim say yama me kuro mu de me videos no a me say TV so aka ye be boy fe keke nkoko nya nyini e fe bruta ye da wan panya asem ye nka me nkasa enti onyame ne da na se obi ni ho wanya kan mimi nya kan obi wa se say ye da nyame ase it is obi say nkoko nketenkete Central ton omunya ya menim say omutie say no kra na ni bibi extension of obi ye na dwuma ye de bi de minim baby ko extension also we be say beyond extension officers the why be no engage it is me de minim but obi nyame ne da na se baby a ya ba bedum pempen so abedu ene Ghana ni bia opese osuamra there ansem we crowd because Ghana ni bia nim ne ministry ne means madam
Emrade no more question is a time be na e shase omo a prepare for entrance here and are they still going to write the entrance with the assent to the law?
Operationalization of Emrano, the board has to be in place.
Yes,
and then all that it is being done. I am aware. Say,
but it is likely the entrance that will happen this year.
Likely. So sure. Let's see how it
goes. Because and I think for public information, Attorney General now Osei, they will make sure say in the budget for 2027 they will cater for the implementation of the new law.
Now it's here that abina say these are matters ya can so be anya ho hwe tie da abina say enu anu mo bi opese ira hia agba so opese already law say ni de kwan abie obetimi akwa ene kama
emi
bie dabi me ka say bia dabi e kwan na bie ba passing out na de eno de
so push akwa eni so intro entrance before you enter by you ride the bike
the discussion was say your passes obi no ka say opese your call no bronze ade me de ba ye ne say your access na law school no person ko suamra bi na law school no e say on facilities so more are restricted and ye biem. But I know the we have no. There is a difference.
When you
but you see Obi and Wachi.
That's why you have to tell the bar.
To the Obi. Yada Omampenia say Yada Attorney General so I say Yada Penifo be stakeholders. They are there Namidimu. Akotin power parliament and your parliament kekene ye da parliamentarians ye the deans ni nia Supreme Court judges ni ade please
or the various faculties
ni nia e ma omnia input be we MPP ni NDC ye nia na dwo ne esi hu ye nia ya de onyame adom ba bi aya ba beduni ora ansugu so ye na adwuma
ora
pa so unim semo e wo court no
oh yes
ne o san kan dan a obesere se wa na unya appointment na ogina ho a nka obehu ne ewom tini ewom ne se enne yati we ebi no wadu Supreme Court Epeso mu ye the file application follow. And your man be wa hu ni aboagu ni ayese. Ora is enye kasa enye nkwane emra enye legal education bill nkwa. There is the value for money audit
office. At the finance ministry.
I landed. Now get no me friend game changer if it is implemented well. Because often no, the same institution after your friends procurement for IOMBBA and a different office purposely for value for money. Yes. And the indicators will be spelled out. And it is going to be a public officer and now RTI and the crowd you raho. So it is a step in the right direction. Abino determined say obeja legacy be, and that is what Debbie Amdenyanko for giving us President Mahama. Or say please. What's a great also obeka also extension officer no kwa na kudin komo. Unim baby a ye gina sisi ano. Ye major problem e wo ye krom high corruption. E kuyen. But it's obvious yanum phobia no mutimi nka corruption komo. Omutimi ndi. Because they were soaked into a menace. But a buying Pesoja legacy. When Timmy I rode in a crana completely, obeja a certain mark beer, a buying beer, baby or baby to us on Sanya Manin Sibio. There is also the public officers bill and also I no, we are public officer because a lot of things are happening. A better the do's and the don'ts. Specific because you wouldn't hear as lawyers hear him. Not every wrong is a crime. Yeah. If people get away with certain things, obiko koto abaye japade, edan asase ni west e bi o hodmo millions of dollars, not the 5,000 even on cars kro mu use. These are things ene ye dey base o ya buy money pa that public assets bill untumi talk until you free. These are things we must do. E kan because it affects even on what Tiakunya so, but presidents will do it. We expect to say Ghana for one rally behind him. No be, I mean, Mr. Bibi, Bank of Ghana, maybe I had done see a didn't come. And now say Kojo, honorable Kojo upon some the solution, but Abba.
Sa press conference on my
You agree? You agree? Some please. What can say we jai mamin kama say? There be there on the say show no. I want recommendation. Recommendation.
That press conference.
Are you a policeman? Also that
press conference was not done.
It hasn't been done. Me catch it say you ken kwa. Oh massa. Me catch it.
Omuni sheka.
Look, let me tell you. We are focused. Okay. You need Ghana for ye bia. Seven. Me say, hey, we was started. Agree then. That's our collapse. They have lost an election miserably. We are on course to deliver to the people of Ghana.
Very well.
Let them restructure and elections. Of course, will be or more elections. So at 10 years, baby. I will be under
Lawyer Bernard Baby. So
I would have top on. And you know, I'm director of elections. Obi to be far box, so not the Dimicano be side. Obi, I have one children, not Ghana for whom yes.
Lawyer Edase.
What am I saying?
Director Edase.
What am I saying? I'm in class.
Member of Parliament for Kwetia constituency and I'm
No,
for public information. Question,
is it not a case where we need to give people certainty? Say 2027 on by implementation.
Yeah, it has to be made clear. I get you.
So that I get you.
I get you. Yeah.
Largely
because it has to be budgeted for.
Exactly. So,
and it was probably not contained in this year's budget. You see, some mid-year, you're kind of saying. Some mid-year budget you see.
Okay,
but be a time for writing it. I think that certainty should be there.
Because there is a bit of confusion.
Value for money office, a review authority on the procurement.
No.
Because maybe procurement, now they are
no. Procurement procurement by on procurement.
They will not review what procurement has done.
No,
they will check
it's a
value
different
for
thing.
money.
Value for money is different.
Would it not be the review?
No.
Say procurement for AAV. Now I say,
what does procurement do? No, I'm surprised.
Almost say project, no, it's 100 cities. Now value for money for no, 50. It's not the review.
No, the value for money.
Will take value for money.
Because then
that's a review.
No, it's not. No, a review of what? Procurement.
Procurement. You know, they also go around and make sure that they get market value.
Yes.
And then they'll tell you, say, we need the way.
It's going to be a separate office. After we know.
Then it comes in another layer.
Another layer. Figures. And I know the figures. Of course, what is available at the end of the day.
Okay.
For the BD.
Okay.
What are the specifics of the buy?
Okay.
Then they go for.
Okay.
Considering all
which one is
lowest? But it could be the lowest, but then passing the money for value audit.
There's no disagreement between us. I'm just saying, say, on what you will be to review
what has been done. Which is like
nomenclature.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's good.
All the procurement for no empowerment. Can they do that?
Very well.
Would it be
Asempa 94.7